Sports Showcase event on Harford TV. I'm Don Morrison, my partner Ray Ruse. Ray, we're at Aberdeen High School, but really we're at Harford Tech High School. I know that's confusing. It's Harford Tech's home game. Their field is under repair right now, so it's a home game for Harford Tech playing at Aberdeen, a county game. These two teams opened last week. Tech won a big game. Aberdeen lost a big game. Aberdeen losing to Frederick, a powerhouse. Harford Tech winning against Sparrows Point with their defense. Tonight it is a different ball game because it's a county game. What are you looking for?
Well, since last year's game was only a 10-point game, I think we can kind of throw out last week's results. That's why you say you have to show up for this game. I mean, I think it can come down to 10 or less again, and turnovers are usually the key to most games, so I think that's what we have to watch for.
Ray Ruse, a longtime official in the county, a longtime coach, a teacher in the county. Welcome to this high school event. I know you're looking forward to it. I know you're excited about being here on a beautiful night for football.
Yes, it is. Thanks for having me.
A little bit warm. I think you and I just commented that, a little later in the year it might be a little better if it was a cooler, but hey, I'm not going to complain. It's not raining. It's a beautiful, beautiful night.
Yes, it is.
Harford Tech, a team that has had great success under Tim Palmer. They're coach for 7 years. They're like 42-7 over that period of time.
That's amazing.
Won 2 region titles. They've been to the playoffs every year. So they're taking a program that was in the dumps before, and now they brought it back. Now, look at Aberdeen. It's the opposite. Aberdeen, a traditional power, but they've been down for several years. Kelvin Harris, their new coach, who took over mid-season last year, he's one of those people that is dedicated to the sport, and he says, I'm going to be here for a while, and I'm going to build a program. I'm going to bring Aberdeen back to where it used to be.
I've heard he's a great role model as well as his coaching staff, and they really want to be good mentors to their players and turn the program around again.
The only trouble is he teaches algebra. And if I go back, I still have these like nightmares about algebra. I told you off air that my 9th grade algebra teacher said, Don, I think would it be a good idea not to take any more math? Get into something other than math. So that got me into English and history, and so the rest is history, so to speak.
Well, I was good at math, but I forgot most of it. And my wife teaches 6th grade math, so I don't get the new math, Don.
New math, it's like 1 and 1 is still 2. It hasn't changed.
That's right.
Well, we're looking at Tommy Smith, the new quarterback for Harford Tech. We're talking about, what we're going to see tonight. Now, last week's score, it was a big score, 35-0 over Sparrows Point for Tech. But one of those touchdowns was scored on a pick six, one on a fumble recovery in the end zone. Offensively, they really didn't do, when you think of a 35-0 game, you think, okay, they must have really lit it up. Well, they didn't. They only had 129 yards rushing and only 86 yards passing. And those are sort of, modified figures, if you will.
Right. Well, that's why it's a team game. I mean, if the defense is totally shutting down the other team's offense, you don't need 80-yard drives. You can get 40-yard drives, 30-yard drives. So I think the defense definitely led that game.
And you're talking about a young team. You got 4 sophomores for Harford Tech and a freshman starting. So it's not a team that is laden with veterans. Tommy Smith, again, a junior, the quarterback, his first year as the quarterback. Last year's quarterback, Parker Milton, has graduated. Jamal Pearl, their junior, Jamal Pearl Jr., who is a sophomore running back, and Dante Evans, a junior. So all underclassmen who are in the skill positions for, for the Harford Tech Cobras. Junior Adaramayan, also a sophomore at one of the split end positions, and Brian Vickers at the tight end, also a sophomore, and a junior. Rex Bibio is the other starting offensive player. So all underclassmen at the skill positions.
You don't prefer to do that in a sport like football if you have enough numbers to groom them for 2 years and bring them up, but Harford Tech's done this before, and they've been very successful with skill positions in particular of young players playing 3 years.
You know what, I think some of it has to do with the maturity of the student that goes to Harford Tech.
Yes.
They go there because they're interested in a particular program. And so I don't want to say anything about how students at other schools are a little less focused, but at Harford Tech, you have to leave your home community, be it Bel Air or North Harford or wherever, and come cross county, get up at 6 o'clock in the morning. You're taking electricity or CAM or, cyber security or these programs. So usually these students tend to be a little more focused.
Oh, definitely.
Maybe a little more mature than their other classmates who they left back at their home school who perhaps are just in a general program. So maybe that's one of the secrets that Tech is able to build a program year after year.
I think it is, and I'm going to sound like an old man, but I think all student athletes these days have to do that because I feel like schoolwork is a lot more difficult than when we were there. And some of these kids have jobs. I coach many kids in the community that go to Harford Tech and play other sports also, and you're exactly right. They have to do their schoolwork, the stuff for their program on top of it. They even have little programs that they have to do to get additional hours for that program. Like if you're in something like physical therapy track or something like that, yes, it's difficult.
Yeah. Tim Palmer, the coach for Harford Tech, we haven't talked about him. Well, he is not a teacher. He works in a SWAT team. He is a police, a tough guy.
Yes.
I mean, how'd you like to play for a coach who, I'm the leader of the SWAT team. I'm going to give this kid, I'm going to give this coach a little bit of lip. I don't think so.
No.
Yeah. Tim's a great guy. He's a motivator. He loves coaching. He loves being around the kids, and, the kids love him.
Yeah, they can't say anything about being in tough situations. He knows all tough situations.
So again, it is Harford Tech's home game. The Harford Tech Cobras dressed in their dark uniforms, or black uniforms, if you will, with the gold helmets. Aberdeen in the white uniforms. Aberdeen will be, as you see, kicking off from our right. No, they're going to be receiving. So they either win the toss and take the ball, or they won the toss and deferred. They'll be receiving the ball on the right side of your TV screen, coming back toward the left. Harford Tech will be kicking off from the left to the right. So it is game 2 for both of these two teams. Out-of-county games last week. Sparrows Point, a 35-0 win for Tech, a 42-0 loss for Aberdeen. But Ray, as you said, it's a whole new season because now we're in the county, we're in the UCBAC. So now here's where you start winning the games for UCBAC championships if you can. And here to honor our country is our national anthem. Well, we're just about ready. Ray Rue's a nice crowd here tonight.
Yes.
Maybe a late arriving crowd. It's kind of like being in L.A. They start coming in about the third inning, but the crowd is ready for some action tonight. Harford Tech, by the way, last year they were undefeated. Yeah, their record turned out to be 9-3, but they were 7-0 in the league. 2 of the losses they had were because of COVID restrictions. They didn't have enough players because COVID had struck, and so they had to forfeit 2 of their games. So in games that they actually played, they were 7-0, 7-2 overall, went into the playoffs, won 2 games, lost in the state semifinals by a final score of 14-13 to South Carroll.
Yeah, that's heartbreaking. I mean, that's one conversion missed on either a kick or a 2-point conversion, depending on whether the coach went for it. But you and I both coached, and it's toughest probably to lose in the semifinals because you always think, what if?
Yeah, one play away. I've often asked coaches, would you rather lose 30-0 or 12-11? And some people say, well, I'd rather lose 30-0.
Right.
No, not me. At least you were in the game. You can replay it. If you lose 30-0, hey, you were never in the game.
Yes.
So just ask the LA Rams from the game as we're doing this on a Friday night, last night opening the NFL season.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Not a good night for the LA Rams.
Well, that can also show you how quickly a game can turn because that game was 10-10 into the third quarter.
Yep.
And then it just separated.
Well, here we go, ready for the kickoff. Kicking off for the Tech Cobras, it's Caleb Hamilton. It's a high booming kick into her in, coming deep down into near the end zone, being returned by Aberdeen. Breaking it to the sound corner, and he's finally taken out of bounds at about the 40-yard line. Looked like number 31. Let's see, who was that? Was that 34 who was returning the ball? Draco Wiggins. 21 is the number, thank you, was Markel Shelton. Markel Shelton, who brings it back. A nice return all the way up to the 41-yard line. That's a big return.
Yes.
Nice
well,
start.
it was a good kick, too, so I think he kind of outkicked his coverage there.
Good
The
point.
guy had a lot of time to catch that ball.
So Aberdeen will put the ball in play from their own 41-yard line. 1st and 10. Kelson Harris is their sophomore quarterback. Peace Durbin is their running back, along with Terrell Bowman. Bowman is number 2. Durbin is number 6. Shotgun formation in motion, right to left. Handoff up the middle. Boy, he's hit and down he goes.
Wow, number 15.
Yeah, 15 on the tackle, coming in from his linebacker position. That's Nathan Geller, 6'1", 190-pound senior. Man, he hit him before he got started.
He looked like he read that play very well.
Loss of 2. Now it's 2nd down and 12. Nathan Geller, again, we said 6'1", 190 pounds. He's in the automotive program at Harford Tech. 2nd year playing on the varsity squad. Shotgun formation with a deep back. Harris waiting for the snap from Jason Elliott. Looking to throw. Now he's going to run. And down he goes. Maybe he lost another yard. Big number 73. That's the nose tackle. Aaron Baldwin in on the tackle.
He did a good job shedding block there to get to that.
Looked like it was a pass play, but Harris saw nobody open, so he tucked in and tried to run. 3rd down and 13. Yeah, they're going the wrong way. After that huge run back in good field position, but right now they're not able to make things happen on offense.
Looks like we might be blitzing here, Don.
Harris waiting for the snap. Back to throw without a fake. Has a man, it's going to be out of bounds. He throws it a bit long and wide. Looked like Harris was anxious to get rid of that ball.
Yeah, he had a lot of pressure. It looked like 5 or 6 coming at him there.
So 3 and out for the Aberdeen Eagles after that big run back. They ended up losing 3 yards offensively. Good job defensively for Tech. And Ray, that's what we expect based on last week's performance, where they had, 10 losses for 10 tackles for loss.
That's impressive in one game. I mean, that's a defensive coordinator's dream.
Waiting for the kick, and Tech doesn't expect this kick to be very long. They've got their return people up close to the line of scrimmage. Yeah, Caleb Hamilton back there. Officials say no. Looks like there's some kind of a procedure penalty.
False start or delay a game.
Going to cost the Eagles 5 more yards, so they're going in the wrong direction. By the way, we mentioned the officials: Brian Watson, the referee, John Blaha, the umpire, Alvin Miranda, he is the linesman. The line judge is Greg Yockley, and the back judge is Elton Battle.
You are correct. They are not back very deep. Oh.
It's a high kick. It's going to come up in the air. Get away from it if you're Tech. Don't touch the ball. And it's going to be downed. But we see the kicker is down and a flag is down. And we hope he's not hurt, but it does look like this might give Aberdeen a break in terms of keeping the ball. Didn't see a number on that kicker, Ray. Have you seen his number yet?
I think it's 14.
Yeah, it's number 14, the kicker, Josiah Webb, only a sophomore. Looked like he took his time and then booted the ball. Now the question is, did they block the kick? And if they did, then all bets are off in terms of the roughing.
But I didn't see anybody block it, but it doesn't mean they didn't.
The flag went down, but now it looks like they picked up the flag. So it may well be that they said, yeah, it was partially blocked.
Well, that makes more sense because you rarely see the trajectory of a ball go straight up like that.
Yeah. Just hoping that the young man is okay. It's the last thing you want to see is the injuries, but it looks like some sort of a leg injury as the trainers are out there. Ray, one of the great things you and I coached back in the day when we were the trainers, and you could put how much I know medically into a thimble and there would be some room left over.
Right.
Now they have trainers out there trained, certified trainers on the spot.
And they're wonderful at what
Yes,
they do.
Looks like an ankle injury coming off without putting any weight.
Back then, Don, the local doctor came to the game.
Mm-hmm.
In football. In other sports, we had to carry the players off the field.
I remember it was Emery Linder, the doctor from Joppatown back in the day.
I remember him. We went to him. Our family went to him. But he was strong enough to carry players off the field.
Yes, he was. Josiah Webb, the young man who was helped off the field, and now he's on the sideline, and they're looking at him. And that flag indeed is still down on the field, so it does appear that maybe they're going to flag Tech for a roughing the kicker. They're bringing the chains back. The officials are sorting it out. Brian Watson, the referee, the gentleman with the white hat. Had a chance to talk to Elton Battle before the game, who's the back judge. Elton's been at this since 1978.
Wow.
Wow. So going to re-kick. I'm not sure what they assess because the ball is back at the 34-yard line.
Yes.
But they're going to get a chance to have the ball. It's going to be first down, but they didn't mark off any yardage. I'm not sure what that is.
I'm confused as well, Don. I thought it was going to be a 15-yard penalty.
Taken down, coming around the outside is number 1, Terrell Bowman. I'll check it. Yeah, number 2, thank you. It is Terrell Bowman. Terrell Bowman, the senior, picks up maybe 3 or 4 yards. I'd be interested to find out what that call was. They did not mark off any yardage, but they gave the ball back to Aberdeen on the first down. I am at a loss to tell you.
I am at a loss too. I watch much football and I have not seen that.
Second down, about a long 5, a short 6. Aberdeen getting the big break. Handoff up the middle.
It's got a hole. Well,
yeah,
they clogged that up quickly.
It closed really quickly. That's Bowman again. Bowman picked up maybe another yard up to the 39.
I'd like to see who got the ankle tackle because that's who held him up. The others came in and helped. But once somebody has you by both ankles, it's really hard to do anything.
Joey Canner, the last man up, number 68. By the way, his twin brother, Josh Canner, plays on the other side. So Josh, who's 235, 5'11", and Joey, who's 235, 5'11". Kind of identical twins, bookends, if you will. Big third down now, 3rd and a long 3. Kelson Harris, the sophomore quarterback. Running backs to his left and right. Back to throw, being rushed. Gets it off. Incomplete.
Incomplete.
Looked like he was looking for Meyer Sims on the far side, but that ball had no chance of being completed. So if nothing else, Aberdeen has taken time off the clock. We now have 8:35 left in this first period. And they do have good field position, so if they have to punt it away here, they will have taken off time. And if you're facing an opponent who is the favored opponent, time is on your side. If you can run that time, make it a shortened game. Not sure who they can send in to punt if they do. It looks like they're not on 4th down.
Go for it. Well,
yeah. Their punter who just got injured is still on the sideline. So it looks like Aberdeen on 4th and 3 from their own territory, their own 41, are going for it. Big play here early in the game.
I think we got
maybe a delay.
Delay or a timeout?
No, it is a delay. And maybe they were just trying to draw Tech offside.
Yes.
But they didn't do any kind of maneuvers that would have made Tech jump.
So wondering if they got to bring in their backup punter here, I guess.
They will do that.
Let's see if they get the same pressure as the last time on this.
Looking for a number on that punter. It's not.
I think it's 18.
If that's the case, it's Kevin Ty. Almost blocked.
Yeah,
this
they
time
got
it's
close.
A nice kick.
Much nicer. They need a favorable bounce.
Yeah, it comes the other way, though, and it's going to be downed right there by Aberdeen, down by Therese Booth.
Yeah, that was Kevin Ty, and coach just gave him a high five for his first punt, probably.
Got it off despite that pressure from the Harford Tech Cobras. Harford Tech will take over in good field position. They took over at their own 41-yard line.
That's 2 plays in a row that the defensive lines on the special teams and the regular defense put pressure on the ball from both sides.
So now Harford Tech will send out Tommy Smith, their junior quarterback. First time that he has played, had a game last week, but this is his first year as a starter. Hands off to the deep back on the right side, coming across that right side.
2 and 55 were in on that tackle.
And Dante Evans was the ball carrier. Looked like Terrell Bowman came up from his linebacker position to make the stop. Gain of about 2 on first down. Second down and 8. Clock running. Just about 8 minutes left here in this first period of play. No score. Tommy Smith, 5'11", 150-pound junior. And cybersecurity is his major. Oops, there's somebody who jumps off.
Movement, yeah.
Not sure whether he was drawn off or it's going to be a penalty against Aberdeen. Looks like Tech is walking backwards. No, it's going to go against Aberdeen.
Yeah, I saw a Tech quarterback clapping there, so they must have jumped on defense. Wonder how good the quarterbacks are in high school at drawing people off the side.
Tariq Moore looks like the young man who jumped, number 58. So that'll cost him 5 yards, and it'll make it second down now. Second and a short 3. Got to get across midfield to get a first down. Hand off to the deep back. Got the first down and more.
Yeah.
Looks like Dante Evans on the run. Good job with that offensive line. Aaron Baldwin, Landon Fletcher, Jacob Walker, Jeffrey Stout, and Harlan Earl across the front line for Harford Tech.
He didn't get touched until he was 5 yards into that run.
3-play drive now inside Aberdeen territory. The ball at the 46-yard line. High backfield. Smith gets to the deep back. That's Evans again. This time not much of a gain. Looks like 71 perhaps.
And 58.
58 is Tariq Moore. Moore with that stop. Tariq's played a good game even in the few plays that we've seen so far. Gain of about 2. Second down and a long 8. Again, jumping offside. Not sure exactly what Tariq Moore is saying there, but again, he jumps offside, does more. That's twice that's happened, so that's cost 10 yards, this time 5.
That was smart from Aaron Baldwin. As soon as he saw a move, he stood up to get that offsides.
And Moore, of course, is making contact, so he's not only jumping, but he's making contact. So he's seeing something. Hand off to the deep back. It's Moore again. Stumbles forward for the first down. Dante Evans, I should say.
Looks like Terrell Bowman got in there and tripped him up again.
Not before he picked up the first down, the
know.
junior, Dante Evans.
But for a little guy, I liked how quickly, Terrell gets into that backfield.
Terrell Bowman, the senior linebacker. First down and 10, the ball resting at the 36-yard line. Evans again off the left side. Still on his feet and finally taken down. The gang tackled at about the 31-yard line. Pickup of 5. Looked like that was Peter Oliveras Estrada, the nose tackle who made that tackle. Happy you could join us here on this Harford Showcase event. Harford TV bringing you the wide world of sports. Last week we did field hockey. Next week we'll be doing volleyball. You and I will be doing girls volleyball together.
Yeah, I'm very excited to see that. There's some good girls volleyball in this county.
Absolutely. We'll do cheerleading a little later on, golf, soccer, boys and girls. Whistle blows from the back judge. Looks like it's a delay. Now, unlike the pros where they have a clock that clearly shows you how much time is left to snap the ball, the quarterback is pretty much on his own. He's got to have his own internal clock. So it takes them back now 2nd and 11. Again, right up the middle.
That's a good push from the offensive line there.
Yeah, that line has done a nice job. Jacob Walker, the center. They got good size. You look at 275, 255, 230, 230, and 220. Even though they're young, you know, you've got a senior at left tackle, a freshman at left guard, senior in the middle, and then a sophomore on the right side. So you've got a freshman and a sophomore in that line. Tommy Smith.
Oh, there's
Drop
balls
fumble.
down.
Evans is able to pick it up. Don't know whether that was just a bad snap or a bad read, or the quarterback Smith just simply looked like he dropped the ball.
Yep. But that was a great heads up for jump on that ball that quick, though.
It was that. Yeah, that's Evans who was able to get the ball. Retains possession for Tech. They've got a 3rd down and just about 10. Actually, 4th down now and 10. 4:25 and counting left in this first period.
Will we see a pass play?
It would be our first pass play from Tech if it does occur. Back to throw, Smith. Big rush, gets it off. Has a completion.
Wow.
Close to the first down, but I think he's
They
short.
got him.
It's a wobbly pass, but the completion was made.
He was under a lot of pressure there. Had to get that off quick.
Adelamalin, who was the young man who made that catch, going to come up just about, well, let's let the officials mark it now. They're going to be very close to that first down mark. They have to get
closer than I
inside.
thought. Yeah.
Yeah, me too. I thought he was down about a yard or so down, but nope, they're going to say he is short. They're going to give it to Aberdeen.
Okay.
So Aberdeen does a nice job. That 9-play drive, it started on the 41. Now it goes back to Aberdeen on their own 28-yard line. Looking for the pass. Has a man open. It's going to be incomplete. Right in the hands, but unable to bring it in was Meyer Sims. That ball hung up there a long time, Ray.
Well, you had 2 players. You had Caleb Hamilton and Mateo McGraw on that defense. At least one of them got a finger on that ball, I think.
Yeah.
It's hard to catch a ball, even if it hits you in the hands, if it changes directions at the very last second.
Yeah. Yeah. 2nd down now, 2nd and 10. Here's another pass. Off the hands. Ball was thrown pretty hard there. Unable to bring it in. Looking for DeRay Arnold, number 11.
He was only able to get one hand on that ball.
3rd down now, 3rd and 10. 2 incomplete passes. Looks like Aberdeen has given up on the run.
I was just going to say, interesting that they turned to 2 straight passes right away.
And give credit to that defensive line.
Yes.
The Cantor twins, Joey and Josh. In the middle guard, Aaron Baldwin.
Yeah, they're putting a lot of pressure on.
Big 3rd down play for Kelson Harris, the sophomore quarterback. In that shotgun formation.
Got 3 receivers on the left side here, all going out together.
Hit and down he goes. Big tackle there by number 15 coming from his defensive linebacker position, Nathan Geller.
That was not only a good hustle, but good hands, not letting the quarterback slip out of that. He pulled him down strong.
Geller, 6'1", 190-pound senior, his 2nd year. Geller's in the automotive program at Harford Tech. And we have a backup punter in now
It's
for Aberdeen.
number 18 is in there again. I think we have
It's Kevin Ty.
Kevin Ty again.
Ty gets off a nice end-over-end kick,
Nice.
taken at the 50-yard line, down to about the 41.
It's a good thing he fielded that ball down because that ball had top spin on it. That was going to go bouncing another 10 yards or so. So it was good hustle by the punt returner.
Looked like that may have been number 9, Daniel Darby, on the punt return. Took it on the run at the midfield stripe, got it down to the 41-yard line. So 3 and out for Aberdeen. Ball goes back to Tech. They'll take over at the 41-yard line of Aberdeen.
See if their offensive line can help them sustain some good runs again here, like the last drive.
3 minutes and 7 seconds left in the first period. As you see, no score. Tommy Smith hands off again to Evans. He's been
Got a hole.
he has been the workhorse. Pick up maybe 8 or 9 on that first down run. Nice hole off that left side. Aaron Baldwin and Landon Fletcher making the hole for him. Really impressed, Ray, at how quickly they hit the hole. There's no hesitation on the part of the Tech running backs.
Looks like Kyrie Price and Meyer Sims were in on the tackle there.
But
Meyer Sims coming all the way up from D-back.
Yeah, not until he got 8 yards of a gain.
Yeah.
So 2nd and 2. Again, eye backfield behind Tommy Smith. Smith might be checking off, changing the play. Gives to Evans again.
Oh, he's
Delayed.
open.
He's open. Down the middle. He could go down to the 5, and he's going to be in the end zone. Touchdown, Harford Tech, 2:14. Evans on a 33-yard touchdown run. You'll see the replay here of how he broke clear and then cut back. Ray, what do you see here?
Well, first of all, his speed through the hole was amazing. He shot through there very quickly. Right there, cutting left slightly. That's where he had it. He had one teammate holding off one player coming in from the right side that wanted to tackle him. It was good blocking there.
33-yard touchdown run. It's a 3-play drive from 41 yards. The kick for the extra point is going to be good. They were perfectly 5 for 5 last week. Caleb Hamilton, the sophomore kicker, makes it now 6 for 6, and it's a 7-0 lead for Tech.
That's a tough thing people don't realize. The snap, hold, and a kick is not easy. And that looked pretty perfect.
Looks like for Aberdeen, we have another injury.
Looks like Shelton Markell being helped off the field.
And Markell Shelton, number 21, the senior. That's the 2nd injury we've seen for Aberdeen. Of course, their starting punter, Josiah Webb, injured on that punt play early in the first period. So Tech now breaks ahead by 7-0. It was just a 3-play drive starting from the 41-yard line of Aberdeen. The 33-yard run by Evans. Up the middle, cut back. Evans showed great quickness, and Ray also speed.
Oh, I hope he's on the track team, Don.
Once he got through, there was no catching him.
Well, you kind of felt it coming the way the offensive line was blocking so well the previous series.
Hamilton with a kick. It's going to go to the right side, and it does go out of bounds, and that will be what you don't want to do as a kicker because of the penalty, and it will bring Aberdeen out in good field position. The Eagles have had, Ray, good field position. They just haven't been able to capitalize.
Be interesting to see whether they go back to the passing like they did the second series or back to the ground like they did the first series.
I mean, give credit to that defensive line by Harford Tech. They are just tough. 235, the twins, Joey and Josh Cantor, and big Aaron Baldwin there in the middle at 6'3", 275. And they're all 3 seniors. Looks like we may have a
re-kick.
I'm not sure why I didn't see. Are they saying a chop block? I don't know.
Is the ball set back?
Going to put the ball down on the 35-yard line and kick it again. I have to confess my ignorance on this, whether the defense, the receiving team had the choice of making them kick again.
I was thinking the same thing. It must be an option.
Or they're going to place the ball. Normally they place it out at the 40-yard line.
Yeah.
So another kick coming up by Hamilton. Boot going over to the right side. Going to be returned this time from the 20.
Nice
Breaking it, cutting it back in. Looked like number 8, Meyer Sims, on the return.
So on the tackle there, you had 53 and 9 for Tech there.
That's Wesley Outlaw, 53, and number 9 would be Mateo McGraw on the special team. So Aberdeen again with good field position. They'll start at the 31-yard line.
I think they, since they had a good return earlier, I think they liked the possibilities of seeing what the return team could do again.
2:09 left here in this first period. It's been a slow-moving first period, lots of plays.
We've had 2 or 3 stoppages for injury, too.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Hit right there at the line of scrimmage. Looked like Aaron Baldwin, the big nose tackle, again making the tackle. And good sportsmanship. Picks up the man he just knocked down, patted him on the head, and said, better luck next time.
Josiah Canner got in there really quick, too, and had the runner by his ankles.
A loss of about a half yard, so it brings up second and a long 10 for Aberdeen. I think Aberdeen picked up that 1 first down on the penalty, but I don't believe they've got another first down, have they, Ray?
No.
Kelson Harris.
A pitch here.
At Sims, he's going to be captured in the backfield.
3 Cobra defenders in on that tackle.
Looked like Jamal Walden, I'm sorry, who came in and made the first hit, number 6. A big loss of about 7. 3rd down and 17.
That's good team defense there, because a few players stretched the runner out and made him change his path, and then the other guy gets to come in and clean it up.
Remember last week against Sparrows Point, it was the defense that did the job. 10 tackles for loss last week against Sparrows Point. Big 3rd down. Kelson Harris, sophomore quarterback, looking to throw. Throws it long. Sims intercepted at the 45-yard line.
Mateo
McGraw, the safety back there. That ball just hung up there, and McGraw, like a center fielder, went back and made the interception at the 45.
Did a great job bringing both feet down the bounds after he caught it, too.
Holding on to the ball, even though Meyer Sims was trying to play defensive back. So Tech will take over again in Aberdeen territory. Second time they've started in Aberdeen territory. Last time they got a 3-play, 41-yard touchdown drive, a 33-yard run from Evans. This time they take over at the 45-yard line. Quarterback Tommy Smith calling signal. This time he's in the shotgun formation. Hands it off to 25, Jamal Pearl Jr. He's hit in the backfield. He got nothing there. Looked like 55.
55, got in there really quick.
That's the Zamari Hamilton, the senior linebacker, came in and made the tackle. Gain of maybe a half yard, if that.
I don't remember making linebackers that big when we were
No.
back in the old days.
And fast, too.
Yes.
We were commenting about the NFL, how, the 275-pounder now is a, linebacker. Back in our day, that would be Big Daddy Lipscomb, who was, huge. And
you were lucky back then to have a lineman with that kind of size.
And that will end the first period with the lead by the Tech Cobras of 7-0, and they have the ball and driving. Ray, what have you seen so far?
Well, I'll tell you one thing. I do like, and I mentioned Mateo McGraw, not just because he had that interception, but every time the ball's been thrown up in the air, he's been right on the ball. He's made a few pass defenses, and he's also, made a great interception. And the 2 linemen you were talking about for Tech, they've been dominant.
So we played 1 period at Aberdeen, but don't get confused. It's Harford Tech's home game. They're just playing at Aberdeen because their field, I was told that in about 3 weeks, their field will be completely not resodded, but returfed. We have all turf fields in Harford County now, and that's very nice. But so for the time being, they play their home games at their visitors' field.
Well, you could tell it's their home game, Don, because they've got a great crowd here.
Yeah, they travel well, do the Tech Cobras. We were talking to some of the Tech folks, and I go back to the late 80s when Tech was, an afterthought in the county in terms of a school. But after about 1991, their program has just skyrocketed to the point of it is a valued thing to be able to get to go to Harford Tech.
Yes, it is.
You apply, it's almost like applying for a college or a private school position to be able to go to Tech. because they have programs there, programs of interest, not only technical programs, but kind of nursing and CAM and those kind of programs as well. So here we go in the second period. They've turned around. It's Tech going from right to left. Handoff goes inside to Jamal Pearl Jr. Hit and down he goes. That's Peter Oliveras Estrada, the middle linebacker, I should say the nose guard, who made that tackle. No gain. Third down and just about 10. Boy, Aberdeen, if they can make a stout defense here, Ray.
It's very important to right now to stay in this first half. You don't want to go down by 2 scores this early.
Pearl Jr., Evans in the backfield along with the junior quarterback Tommy Smith. Back to throw.
Pressure.
Throwing deep. Has a man that's almost intercepted and almost caught.
Yes.
Just over the fingertips of the defender. And nobody will pull it in was Junior Adaramahin.
DeRay Arnold almost got that. I think he just jumped a hair too soon there.
Adaramahin. I'm sorry, I've been practicing saying this young man's name. I hope I have it right. Adaramahin. Number 3 for Harford Tech. That now brings up a 4th down and a punting situation, and indeed Aberdeen appears to have held in their own territory.
Now we get a chance to see Harford Tech's punter for the first time.
That's Jacob Walker. Now we're assuming they're going to punt. Now would they be doing some kind of no, they're going to punt the ball away.
Nice punt.
Coming up to take it on the run. Sheds 1 tackle, but he's not going to shed the other ones that came through. Captured down near the 10-yard line.
But that was very crucial that he caught that ball, though, because he could have been pinned inside the 5 if he wouldn't have caught that.
On the other hand, Tech really had great coverage.
Yes, they did.
You know, not only one player sort of missed or halfway made the tackle, and then you had 2 or 3 more coming. So Aberdeen will take over, but this time they're going to be deep in their own territory. Putting the ball in play, it looks like at about the 15-yard line. .85 yards to go to try to tie this game.
It'd be great for them to be able to use some clock here.
Kelson Harris, the sophomore quarterback. 2 running backs, Bowman and Durbin beside him. Inside handoff. Just nothing happening at all. That defensive line looked like 73 Aaron Baldwin, the nose tackle. First one there. Boy, Baldwin has just played a great game. 6'3", 275. It's his 4th year of playing on the varsity in the automotive program there at Harford Tech.
Yeah, they're having a hard time moving him.
Tariq Moore, Peter Oliveras Estrada, Jason Elliott, Thomas Carter, and Hamilton Zamari across that front line for Harford, I should say for Aberdeen. Kelson Harris, the quarterback, looking for a big play. Sims in motion. Incomplete. Bring up a 3rd down. 3rd down and a long 10. Actually more like 11. Ball inside the 15 at about the 14-yard line. Boy, a 1st down is so critical here if they could just pick it up. Yeah, the quarterback, Harris, comes over and gets a play from Coach Kelvin Harris. Had a chance to talk to Kelvin before the game. What an impressive young man he is, teaching algebra and geometry here. And he says, hey, I am committed. I'm going to be here for the duration. It's not like, one and done. That's what's been happening with Aberdeen recently. The coaching turnover has just made it tough. Harris.
Throw. Throwing it long.
As a man.
He's got it.
He's got it complete. What a catch by Meyer Sims. Great pass, hitting him on the run right at the 40-yard line.
Mateo McGraw brought him down after the catch.
What a big play. Aberdeen needed that. They needed to get out from the shadow of their goal, and they did it.
That was a great timing play. He knew exactly where he was running to, threw it there. The Receiver turns around just at the last second to bring it in.
I'm impressed with Harris's arm. Just a sophomore, and he's not a small kid at all. Harris is. We don't have sizes for Aberdeen, but I'm saying he's probably in the 180, 185 pound area as a sophomore. If you're Coach Harris and you're looking to build a program, that's what you're looking for. Young players are going to be with the program for a number of years. So the first down actually recorded from the offense. They got one on a penalty for Aberdeen.
That might help open up the run a little bit more too, because they're dropping back more players because of the pass.
Pitch back. That's to Pierce Durbin. Durbin not going anywhere.
No, Tech did not fall for the trickery there.
Looks like Nathan Geller coming up from that linebacker position making the tackle. 4-play drive started back at the 15-yard line. That big pass play to Sims has him out now to the 40.
Jamal Pearl Jr. was in on that last tackle too. He read that well. We're going to do another long ball here maybe. They probably gained a lot of confidence in that last play.
Here's a handoff inside. Sheds a tackle, and he's off to the races. Down to the 40-yard line. Boy, he broke that one quickly. And that looks like number 6, Pierce Durbin.
It's that burst of speed again.
Ray, I'm looking at that number that the quarterback has. It looks like a number 1. Sometimes the numbers are a little hard to read. I've got Kelson Harris as number 7. I don't have a number 1 in my program, so I'm going to assume that's Kelson Harris.
I was having the same problem when he was coming to the sideline, Don. I'm like, that looks like a 1 instead of a 7.
Yeah, maybe he's changed the jersey.
It's
We're told by the booth it is number 7. It's just all crunched up.
Good, it wasn't just our eyes. Thank you. There you go.
Oh, nice pass.
Did he hold on to that?
That's Derby Arnold
Wow.
who makes that diving play. DeRay Arnold, I should say.
Yes.
Great catch. And now Aberdeen is moving the ball down to the 30-yard line.
Well, they're definitely gaining confidence in their passing.
6-play drive started at the 15. Big pass play to Sims, and now a nice play to DeRay Arnold. First down and 10, the ball at the 30-yard line. Handoff inside. Good tackle.
That was quick in the backfield there.
And that is number 15, Geller again. Terrell Bowman with the carry. He got back to the line of scrimmage, maybe picked up a yard. 7-play drive. Ray, you mentioned using time off the clock.
Yeah, they're used about 4 minutes there. 4 or 6 minutes right now.
Yeah, 6:14 left in this half. And they're only down by 7 points.
This could be maybe 4 down territory also for them if they, not knowing about their kicking game.
Second down, 8 to go. Back to throw. Harris throwing long.
He's open. He got it.
Caught it. Did he hold on to it?
Yes.
That's Sims. What a catch. And what a pass. That ball was right on the money. Meyer Sims with the catch. That's 2 big pass plays from Harris to Sims. And all of a sudden now Aberdeen is showing great life offensively.
See where they spot this ball. First and goal, they're saying? Are they inside the 10? Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be
6-yard line?
First and goal. Yeah, we're having a little perspective issue here, but it looks like it's down about at the 7 maybe. First and goal. Harris, Bowman, Durbin in the backfield. Give inside. Quick hitter. That's Durbin. Durbin down near the goal line, still fighting.
Trying to push the pile.
We'll give a lot of credit to that offensive line. Peter Oliveras Estrada, the left guard, opening holes.
Aaron Baldwin was in there on the stop again, one of many, but seems to be always in the middle of it, doesn't he?
He is that, but right now the ball is just about at the half-yard line, if there were such a line. Second down and goal. Aberdeen looking to tie or maybe go ahead if they go for the 2-point conversion, provided they can get the touchdown. Inside handoff, touchdown Aberdeen. That's Terrell Bowman, the senior who goes through and gets the touchdown, a 10-play drive, 85 yards. It's a 1-yard run, and Bowman gets the touchdown. Ray, that was impressive.
The line opened up a great hole there for him.
4:41 left in the half. Aberdeen, who appeared to be just dead in the water in terms of being able to move the ball.
Is that 16 kicking there, Don, or?
Yeah, it does look like number 16. In that case, it would be, we don't have a 16 on
I
it.
don't see it, but.
Flag goes down.
18,
yeah.
my bad, 18. Kevin Ty again.
Yep, Kevin Ty, who we saw came in to replace the original punter. That's going to be hurting Aberdeen, though. They're going to back them up 5 yards, and that'll make the extra point a little tougher. Sims will put it down, and Ty will beat it just about from the 15 minutes, a 25-yard attempt.
I think he has the leg if the snap and hold are good. I think he definitely has the leg to get it there.
Down, the kick is up, and the kick is
good.
It's good, yeah. So now we are tied at 7 as Ty gets the extra point. I am impressed with Aberdeen to come back from the 15-yard line. I mean, they were just dead. They hadn't moved the ball at all. 2 big pass plays. Sims, the chief receiver. Great reception made by DeRay Arnold. And boy, give Kelson Harris a lot of credit, the sophomore quarterback. Are we seeing a star born here? Somebody growing up right before our eyes.
I think you're seeing a combination developing here between him and his favorite receiver there. He's been go-to guy, and he's been successful. The only time he didn't catch the ball is when the other team got a hand on the ball.
Yeah. So a great defensive play by Aberdeen to be able to stop Tech in their own territory, Aberdeen's territory, and took over at their own 15-yard line. There you see some of the fans. That's scary. They threw that poor person up in the air. You know what? I wouldn't. I always tell my granddaughters, if you're going to be a cheerleader, don't be a flyer.
Yes.
Because if you make the base mad and they sort of drop you, golly, that was impressive.
People don't think they're athletes. They're great athletes.
Great athletes and brave.
They're gymnasts. They're gymnasts now. I mean, it's amazing.
Well, let's see now. Aberdeen has equalized the score at 7-7 and see if Tech can get back up off the net. Looked like they thought they had the game pretty much in hand, which they did. And all of a sudden, Aberdeen has come back.
Squib kick.
Pick it up. It's a live ball. They do.
Oh.
Run back to the 30-yard line, so it ends up being a good play for Tech.
Interesting to see what offense they'll do now, Don, with only 4 minutes, 41 seconds to go in the half. They may have to do a little bit more passing.
It was Brian Vickers who was able to corral that ball and bring it back. Dangerous, Ray, when that ball is bouncing around down there. And it's a live ball after it goes 10 yards. So Aberdeen could have come down and covered it.
Well, 3 players converged on it and looked at each other initially like, who's got it? And luckily one picked it up.
You take it. I don't want it. There are white jerseys coming down this way. So Harford Tech will take over at their own 31-yard line, single back behind the quarterback, Tommy Smith. Flag goes down.
Oh.
Looks like a procedure. It's going to cost them 5 yards. So what looked like a Harford Tech domination has now suddenly turned into a ball game. And, of course, we're happy about it because we root for a really nice, close ball game.
Yes, we do. Now it'll be interesting to see if Aberdeen can get any stops and how they'll use any timeouts to try to get the ball back.
Very good point. Yeah, 4:35 left in the half. Will they try to take a timeout here if Tech can't get a first down? High backfield, Tommy Smith pitches it back, going around the right side. Picks up about 5 yards.
It was a very patient run. He waited for his blockers there.
Trying to pick up the ball carrier. Looked like it might have been Evans again, 24. Here we go now. It is second down and about 9 yards. Remember, they had that 5-yard penalty, so it was a 6-yard gain there. Hand up the middle. Boy, great defensive play by Aberdeen. Coming in and making that tackle.
It was Evans on the run again. He got swallowed up in that defense quickly.
It looked like it might have been DeRay Arnold coming up from his safety position to make that tackle.
He's really able to cover a lot of territory quickly.
It's a loss of 2, so now it's 3rd down and 11. Referee blows the whistle, and they're calling a timeout on the field. I'm not sure who's taking the timeout, but I'll tell you what, if Aberdeen can stop here, Ray, and force a punt, get the ball back, the worm is turned. I mean, we know this game is a game of momentum, and it certainly has turned in Aberdeen's favor. More good news, too. We saw number 14, Josiah Webb, the young man who was injured early in the ball game, the punter, up and running around. So
that's great news.
It is good news because it looked like a serious leg injury, but it was really good to see him running around here on the sideline.
So this is interesting because Tech called that timeout to, try to figure things out and can we get this first down and continue it. But by calling the timeout, they've left Aberdeen with timeouts. So if they don't get this first down, Aberdeen has time to stop the clock on the punt, before the punt, and have 2 timeouts left after that to possibly get downfield to score.
7-7, Harford Tech went ahead in the first period. 33-yard run by Evans, making it 7-0, and Aberdeen came back and tied it just a few moments ago, 4:41 on a 1-yard run.
It's a big play, Don, for this first half.
It really is. 3rd down and about 11. Back to throw is Evans throwing.
Big
It's
arm.
going to
Oh my gosh.
incomplete, no flags.
That ball looked like it hit him in the hands and popped out. So I didn't know if somebody got a hand in there to break it up.
So it's going to be a 3 and out, including that 5-yard penalty for Tech. And so they will have to punt the ball away. Jacob Walker will punt it.
Tech needs a good punt here.
Aberdeen should be at the ball in good field position. It's Markel Shelton, number 21. He'll be back to receive the ball. He's going back inside his own 40. Nice high booming punt.
It was.
It's going to hit and go out of bounds. Boy, that was a nice punt. No run back.
There was some pressure on that punt too.
Jacob Walker with that great punt, taking it out of bounds inside the 40-yard line, maybe about the 35 when they put it down.
Yes.
With great defense by Aberdeen, 3 and out, forcing. And now they've got plenty of time. There is 3:16, and they have all their timeouts, I believe.
That's a very important punt, Don, because they could have had that ball up as far as the 50. But they had an 85-yard drive the last time.
Yes, they did on those 3 big pass plays. 2 to Sims and 1 to Arnold. Kelson Harris, the sophomore quarterback, we talked about a young man growing up before our very eyes. He's made some great passes and some good decisions as well. Looking.
Lofting up again.
Got a man.
He does.
Caught.
He
almost had it. The ball in the hands and out. Good defensive play.
He did a great job reaching back for that ball, but I think the defender got a hand in there.
DeRay Arnold, who had his hands on the ball. Give a lot of credit to Harris. I mean, he lofted that ball about 35, 40 yards in the air. And also give credit to that offensive line. They held the defensive line of Tech back, giving Harris time to throw the ball. That was within a whisker, Ray, of being another huge play. 2nd down, 10, ball at the 36. Time left, just about 3 minutes in the half. 3 wide receivers to the near side, 1 to the far.
Delayed handoff.
Draw.
Yeah.
Oh, nice job staying at home. Looks like it was one of the Canner twins, number 68, stayed home and made that tackle. Joey and Josh Canner, 5'11", 235 seniors for Tech. 3rd down, 3rd and about 11.
So let's see if they're going to go for a long pass again here.
Clock is running. 2:35 and counting. Ray, that play came within a whisker of really developing. He almost was able to break it, and had he gotten past that first tackler, he'd have been gone for a while. Third down, big third down. Flag again, and that's another delay. Elton Battle says, hey, you've got a certain amount of time to snap the ball, and you didn't do it. That's going to cost 5 yards.
You're right, though. Without having the clock like the NFL does, it's so much harder for the high school quarterbacks and the coordinators to get the play off in time.
Especially a sophomore who doesn't have a lot of experience. Third down, 16. Got to get up to the 46-yard line for the first down. And tackle, down he goes. About 4 of those black shirts in there.
I was going to say, that was a team sack there, I think.
He avoided the one tackler, but he couldn't avoid the next 3.
Got a player down, Don. 73 is down.
And he's back up on his feet.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the Baldwin, the nose tackle who was in on that sack. Remember, this team had 10 tackles behind the line of scrimmage last week against Sparrows Point.
Do we have a timeout just called here? Yes. I was expecting that. I figured they'd want to stop the clock because
with 1:47, if they get the ball in good field position. So when it appeared Aberdeen had turned it around and had the momentum, now it's going the other way. Think about that first pass play that was right in the hands, almost received by DeRay Arnold, and just not quite able to bring it in.
He only needed about a half yard more on that pass, but the receiver could have caught that ball, but the D-back did a great job of reaching in and staying with the play.
Yeah, good point. So now if you're Aberdeen, you'd like to be able to get a good punt and, weather the storm here in the first half and, get a chance to go in the second half. Remember, Aberdeen had the ball first, so Tech would get the ball in the second half. So if you're Tech, it's kind of like if I can score here and then get the ball back and to begin the third period, I could break this game open.
I'd like to see if what Tech does with opening up the passing game here, because I think their kicker can hit a long field goal. They're going to need at least a couple good plays.
Tech did this last week where they started slowly and then came on in the second half, basically with their defense.
Well, you also saw the way both their offense and defensive line played in the first quarter. They got some big boys, so they could probably wear you out, too.
Need a good snap and a good kick, does Aberdeen. Gets the snap.
Oh, no. Uh-oh.
Running with the ball.
He's
Can he get to the first down? Flag goes down. Let's see what the flag is about. Was it a blocking foul? And now another penalty goes down.
It might have been a tackle out of bounds, but I'm not sure.
Let's wait for the officials to call it. This is a key call if it's against Tech. I think it's probably a blocking penalty, but I'm not sure. It almost looked like the punter wasn't interested in punting the ball at all. He just tucked it down and ran. Snap was a bit slow. Officials are talking about it. Kelvin Harris, the Aberdeen coach, is in on the conversation, which if you're Aberdeen is a good sign. It looks like they're giving Harris the options. 2 flags I see on the ground, and I think a third one went down late.
I wonder if it could be offsetting.
We're waiting for Brian Watson, the referee, the young man in the white hat, as you see on your screen. He'll let us know what the call was. Boy, is this a key call, huh?
It's huge. If both flags are against Aberdeen, then Harford Tech would decline and just take over the ball.
Yeah.
But if both flags are against Tech, could be an automatic first down, especially if one of them was like a roughing type of penalty.
And it looked like that third flag that went down after he was out of bounds.
Yeah.
So it might have been, as you said, a late hit out of bounds. The officials are having trouble sorting it out. They're maybe talking about where the ball is going to be placed. Hazarding a guess. They talked to Aberdeen's coach, Kelvin Harris. You see Kelvin there with a headset. Against Aberdeen.
I was going to say, he's walking backwards. Looks like one official's at the 10-yard line.
And it's a personal foul against Tech. So you mentioned about offsetting. But now they're saying Aberdeen's ball.
Yeah.
To get a first down, they had to get to the 41-yard line. So the ball is not that far. It's about at the 25. They're going to put it down.
The only thing that makes sense to me, Don, if there's 3 flags, is if the first 2 were offsetting, but the third one was an unsportsmanlike, that might give them automatic first down.
Yeah, it looks like what exactly has happened. It will be Aberdeen ball. They'll have it at the 26-yard line, first down and 10 with 1:39 to go.
That's a big changer of the first half here.
Huge, huge penalty. It would have been Tech ball at about the 31 because he was well short of the first down. Yeah, now they're going to punt the ball away. So they're going to say it is 4th down still. So it wasn't an automatic first down.
So it must have been offsetting, which reverts back to redoing the play.
So they got a 15-yard penalty out of it, but it is still 4th down.
See if we can get the punt off this time.
And
much
he does.
better, much better.
Coming down at the 40-yard line. He's going to be hit and taken down just about at that 41-yard line. Running it back was number 13, Samuel Roney IV.
Number 10 on
That's
Aberdeen.
Kyrie
Really got
Trice, who made
really
the
got a
tackle.
good tackle there. That was impressive.
So Aberdeen gets a break because they were going to have the ball, Tech, on Aberdeen's 30-yard line, but the penalty gave Aberdeen a chance to punt again.
Yep.
Which they were able to get it out of their own territory down to the 43-yard line of Tech.
Now, unless they could break a surprise long run, you'd think they're going to be passing here.
Yeah. We have the clock is.
It was a minute 22 when they just turned it off.
Yeah, the clock is now it's back on. A minute 22. We had a momentary blackout on the clock. So minute 22, a long time. Tech has at least one timeout, we know, and maybe more. Tommy Smith, quarterback. Oops, we have somebody jumps offside. A little anxious there was Brian Vickers, the tight end. It's going to cost them 5 yards. See the Aberdeen fans on the far side you see on your screen. They've all got lights out there, and they're sort of like in a rock concert. Do they have a...
Is that Aberdeen or is that Tech?
I think it's Aberdeen because Tech is the home team, and Tech would be sitting on the near side.
Usually you're correct. I'm just looking at their colors and wondering.
It looks like they've got on those reflective vests that you see the people wear. There you see the fans. I think, you think that's Tech?
Yeah, because I think I see Tech cheerleaders in front of them.
Okay.
They're yellow and black.
Yep, you're right.
Part of the problem here, Don, is both teams have some of the same colors.
They do that. Some of the same color schemes. I don't see the Aberdeen cheerleaders here being an away game, even though it's being played at Aberdeen.
That must be. Maybe they're assigned to another sport somewhere.
Where they're going to run the ball.
Yeah.
Going nowhere at all. Big tackle by Tariq Moore, number 58. Timeout now. Timeout Aberdeen. So the Eagles say, hey, if you want to play this, conservative game and try to run the clock out.
Yeah, they've got 2 left still, though. That was good coaching holding on to those timeouts.
2nd down and 10. 2nd down and 15, actually, with the delay of game penalty. The Aberdeen fans are beginning to show their spirit.
Stomping on those bleachers.
Boy, they're so good after the pandemic year to be able to see fans in the stands.
Yes, it is.
Of course, the sports were canceled for a year and a half. The spring season 2 years ago, and just about the entire season the next year.
Be interesting to see if Tech tries to run the ball, and then that way they know that Aberdeen would have to use their last 2 timeouts or if they're going to go for passes, which is a high risk reward. If you get the first down, great, but if you don't, you stop the clock for them.
Yeah. Second down, 15. The ball at the 37-yard line. They've got to get up across the 50 to the 47 for a first down. Tech led 7-0. Aberdeen came back and tied it at 7. That's where we are.
Now 2 1-on-1 matchups here on the left side, Don.
Long throw.
Up too strong.
Well overthrown. That will stop the clock. Well, you can just see the momentum, how Aberdeen now has a much better spirit. Tariq Moore, again, putting pressure on Tommy Smith. Tech player down on the field. Had a Romelin down on the field. Not sure exactly what happened. It is warm out there tonight. Not hot, but looks like that's the dreaded cramp in the leg, as you see the trainer trying to stretch out that leg. People who have not played sports, cramp feels like your leg is just about going to come off. It is a painful, painful muscle cramp, but not a serious injury, but debilitating in terms of the short term. And normally if you get a cramp, then you're going to get another one, and another one, and another one. In the old days, they used to give you salt tablets,
yes, I remember
which
that.
of course is the exact opposite of what you want. You get moisture in your body. Not sure whose bright idea was to give you salt tablets for a cramp.
Don, I'm old enough to remember when Gatorade first came out, but it didn't taste all sugary and sweet like it does now.
Bitter, but it was good because it gave you all the electrolytes, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's important to stay hydrated pre-game.
We didn't have that. We had a bucket with a dipper.
Yes.
And everybody drank from the same dipper. So you shared diseases, the team did.
Was it the most hygienic, was it?
No, it wasn't. No, but it tasted good, and it was a team-building thing.
Yes.
Except the linemen at my school who like to spit in the water. Just,
no.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Linemen can do that. Not a good thing. Well, we're in the closing moments of this first half.
Well, this is a big play here again because, like, we already saw one decent return earlier. So if you can make them punt, a good return could give you a chance to score. Be a big momentum thing to go in with a lead for either team right now.
Yeah.
But you're right. Earlier in the game, it looked to me like both Tech lines were winning the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
And Aberdeen looked a little bit mentally defeated, but as the game's going on, they've gotten more and more confidence.
Yeah. And their quarterback, Harris, who's just done a remarkable job. And their line, which has been playing so well, give Harris time to throw the ball. Kelson Harris, the sophomore, warming up on the sideline out of your vision, getting ready if Aberdeen does get the ball back. One big play here for Tech. It is third down, 3rd and 15. If they can pick up the first down, obviously they can, if nothing more, than run out the clock, if not get another score. Tommy Smith, quarterback. Pitches back. Going to take down at the 40-yard line.
Would expect them to call a timeout here.
And they do.
Another injured player.
A run there by Evans. Up under his own power is number 6 for Aberdeen. That's Pierce Durbin. Pierce is a running back who's in playing a defensive back here late in this first half. Brings up a 4th down, 4th and still 14.
It's really interesting, Dom, when you see positions in crucial moments, players in crucial moments play on the other side of the ball.
Yeah, especially when you have a small squad, which both of these teams do. They don't have a huge squad. So you get a lot of players playing both ways. And as you said, in a crucial situation, it's all hands on deck. Well, here we go now, a big punt. If you were Aberdeen, Ray, would you try to block this punt, or are you going to set up the return?
Well, they've already gotten pretty good pressure without even sending as many. So I would consider it, because with 1 minute to go, that would be game-changing.
Jacob Walker, the senior punter, done a good job both in receiving the ball and in punting it.
Jumped off sides there.
Yeah, that's going to cost them 5. So you could see that Aberdeen was anxious to get in there and try to block it. Not a big problem. It's only a 5-yard penalty, which means they're still 4th and about 8.
But they better not do it again.
Yeah. Then it would be Tech's chance to, okay, let's go for it here at midfield. So they'll put the ball down just across the 45-yard line. It'll be 4th down and a long 4, short 5. Walker back to punt again.
It's a long snap. Oh, almost got to that dime.
Almost got to it. No flag.
Straight up. They don't even know where the ball is.
It comes back to Ward. And Aberdeen catches the ball and is hit. And obviously a clean hit because that ball could have been run back.
Great field position now.
Yeah, number 52 is Jacob Walker, who was the punter. He came and just sort of put the wood to the Aberdeen receiver, Valdez Christie, who caught the ball and I think kind of assumed, okay, the ball is down here, but it was live.
I'm surprised he actually caught it, though, because the ball was bouncing back that way very strongly. That might have went into the 45, 40-yard line.
Yeah, as it is, the ball does come out to the 48-yard line. It'll be Aberdeen's ball. They've got 49.2 seconds and I think 1 timeout left.
Yes.
So let's see, Aberdeen 49 seconds to try to break ahead. Holding Tech to 3 and out.
You better hurry up and get the playoff done.
Yeah. Elton Battle is counting off the time. Here's a pass.
He's throwing it high again. That's too far.
Out of play. We've seen a lot of players go down holding their legs, and so it looks like that, heat is beginning to get to some of the players. Very little time taken off the clock, 43.9 seconds. The ball well out of bounds, so it had no chance of being completed.
It was very humid at the beginning of this game.
Yeah, it was kind of really nice during the day. But as you said, as the evening came toward, the temperature stayed around 80, but it got much more humid.
Aberdeen seems to like that jump ball down the sideline. Let's see if they do it again.
DeRay Arnold, I should say, going to the far side. 3 receivers to the near side. Harris waiting for the snap. Low snap, picks it up, rolling, throwing, puts it up.
He's coming back for it.
The diving attempt.
I think it's
out of bounds is the call, yeah. Arnold is able to make the reception, but he dove and caught it out of bounds.
They're a little bit fortunate that Harford Tech defenders didn't turn around and see that.
Absolutely. Hitting it up like that, sort of like a lame duck in the air. That's the one that gets caught and back, for a pick 6, like Tech had last week.
That was almost a great catch. I mean, he saw it was short and he came back for it. He actually would have been feet in bounds, but he just couldn't hold on to it.
Remember, DeRay Arnold was one who made that great catch over the middle earlier in the ball game that kept the Aberdeen drive going. He's flanked here to the near side, number 11.
They seem to want to put 3 on one side as a decoy and him on the other side, so he has 1-on-1.
Gets rid of it. Good pass. It's going to be to the wrong side of the receiver broke inside, and the ball went to the outside. And we see that receiver limping a bit. And it looks like, that's the young man who was injured earlier, Josiah Webb. Remember the punter who came up lame.
He's limping over here a little bit right now.
So I think he felt his leg was good, but it looks like that leg injury is going to be long-term, at least for this game.
Got to get off the field before they snap the ball.
Fourth down, looks like they're going to punt the ball away. 29 seconds left in the half. So Aberdeen took 3 shots at it.
Oops.
High wobbly kick.
Could hit somebody.
Yeah, good job by Tech to get out of the way.
Those are dangerous.
Because the football tends to bounce the way it wants to bounce. In a baseball, you can expect it to bounce a certain way. Soccer ball normally. Football, that's why they have points on that football. Not like the old days when I played football, when it was more like a round ball. No,
You're
I'm just
not
kidding.
that old,
I'm just kidding. I remember seeing it, though.
That's when the helmets were
Made
about
Helmets? You had a helmet?
They were leather, and they were about an eighth of an inch thick.
Oh. Remember Tommy McDonald for the Philadelphia Eagles, the last player who refused to wear a face mask. Crazy man. I'm wearing armored suit if I can. See if Tech tries to just run the clock out here.
You would think so, but
They're going to pitch back.
wow, there's a hole, but
Pickup of maybe 5 yards. Well, that's a dangerous play.
yeah,
You pitch
you're
it
a little
back.
surprised to do that.
Yeah. If you're going to look for a bomb, you think you'd be passing, but whenever you pitch the ball, there's that chance that the receiver will bobble the ball or it'll be an errant pitch. So that's the way our first half will end, with a 7-7 score. Harford Tech scored back in that first half. It was a 33-yard run from Evans in the first period. Made it 7-0 with the extra point. Then the Aberdeen Eagles came back with 4:41 left in the half, a 1-yard run by Bowman after some long pass plays by Harris. And that tied it up at 7-7. So that's where we are as we go to the intermission. Ray, it's been an interesting game where it looked like Tech just could, at its own will, what it wanted to do. And then suddenly, from their own 15-yard line, Aberdeen got a couple of big pass plays, got that touchdown, and now it's a very even game.
It is. We've seen the momentum shift a couple times, but both teams are resilient. We were hoping for a good game. We said throw out last week's scores, and here we are in a great game.
7-7. Don't go away. We'll come back with the second half in just a moment. With you at Aberdeen High School. Pretend it's at Harford Tech High School. Let me explain that. It's Harford Tech's home game. It's hosted at Aberdeen because Tech's field is now being repaired. Within 3 weeks, we're told they'll be playing at home. Don Morrison along with Ray Roos. Ray, it's been an interesting first half. A first half that you and I agreed looked like Tech just could do anything it wanted to on the line. And then suddenly, down 7-0, Aberdeen caught fire. 3 long pass plays, which put them in position, and then they scored to make it 7-7. And from that point, it's been a very even game.
They've also stepped up defensively lately, too. I mean, I thought the way that the Tech offensive line was starting the first quarter that they were going to be able to sustain many long drives. But you got to give credit to the interior line in particular for Aberdeen.
Well, Aberdeen's coming off that 42-0 loss to Frederick. You can't really look at that, because Frederick is a powerhouse team. Aberdeen is a young team trying to rebuild, trying to regroup. Tech is coming off the 35-0 win over Sparrows Point. Sparrows Point, not a quality team, and it was a team that Harford Tech dominated defensively. So I think, Ray, you made a great point. Look at last year's score, 16-6, Tech winning, but only a 10-point difference. So we were hoping, anticipating for a very close, hard-fought game, and that's exactly what we've gotten.
People don't realize how important these early season games are, too, because in high school football, one win, one loss could be the difference between making the regionals or not.
Yeah, because it's all points. So, you're seeding, not only making it, but you're seeding, being a home team or going on the road. So you're right. And this is an up-back game. So it's a game that now counts for everything. Sure, the loss and the win last week count, but this is a league game, a conference game. Well, this touchdown score, Dante Evans scoring for Harford Tech. That came with about 4 minutes left in the first period. 7-0 the score there. Ty added the extra point. And then for Aberdeen, Hamilton added the extra point for Harford Tech. And then Aberdeen came back and tied the game with 4:41 left in the half. It was a 1-yard run by the man we talked about, who got that 1-yard run, and that is Terrell Bowman, who made the score at 4:41, the extra point by Ty, and that did tie the score at 7-7. And from that point, both teams looked like they had opportunities, but they weren't able to capitalize, and so we're in for a whale of a second half.
Penalties have been a big part of stopping some of these drives in the second quarter. So I think both coaches wanted their teams to clean up the jumping off of sides and things like that.
And Ray, you're talking about penalties. That penalty that Aberdeen was there to punt the ball got caught behind their line of scrimmage, and the ball was going to go over to Harford Tech at about the 20-yard line. Instead, there were offsetting penalties, and then eventually a penalty that gave Aberdeen 15 yards and a chance to have another fourth down and punt the ball away.
You pointed out both teams making the extra points. People do not realize how underrated that is. So many high school teams have a hard time making their field goals and extra points.
Yeah.
And, hey, that could be the difference of the game.
Well, Hamilton made all 5 of his extra points last week, and he's made the only one today.
That's amazing.
Yeah, so he's 6 for 6 on the year.
I'd kind of like to see what his field goal range is if they get into that position.
So Aberdeen will be kicking the ball away to Harford Tech. So Harford Tech gets the first chance to possess the ball offensively. They'll be going from left to right across your TV screen. Getting a little bit later here tonight. The dew is beginning to settle down. The field may be getting a little bit more slick. As you said, Ray, humidity is certainly a factor. We've seen cramps occurring here in this first half. We'll probably see more in the second half.
You're gonna see what the teams have for depth too, because the more players that are going out, we've already seen 2 or 3 for each team. You may have to have some subs make some very important contributions in this game.
Yeah, neither team has a very large squad in terms of numbers, so that could be a factor.
I've already seen the athletic trainer chasing down a few players that were trying to avoid them.
Yeah, they can be a little bit strict.
Yeah, don't come look at me, athletic trainer. I don't want you to know that I'm hurt.
They're like mama. You can't escape mama's gaze. So here we go, getting ready for the second half. Should be Caleb Hamilton kicking off. Coming down, hopping.
It touched him.
Yeah, it did. He's got to bring it back. It's going to be hemmed in, and down he's going to go, way back at his own 10-yard line. A tough break for Tech and a good break for Aberdeen. It looked like on that far side, my eyes aren't quite that long distance to tell, but it looked like it was Samuel Roney IV.
Yes, I think it's
number
it was.
13, who had the ball. Tough one now. It came up near his head to try to catch that bouncing football. Went right through his hands, and they had to go back and retrieve it.
You made a good point earlier, Don, about once the ball bounces, they're going to try to probably have to adjust their distance on these kick returns so they can catch them clean in the air.
So Tech will take over at their own 10-yard line. They'll put it down first and 10, deep in their own territory. Tommy Smith, Jamal Pearl Jr., Dante Evans, the offensive backfield. Brian Vickers and Junior Adaramalin are the wide receivers, along with Rex Bibio. Single back behind the quarterback, back to throw without a fake, looking, going to be hit, and down he goes. Down at about his 2-yard line. See if we can see who that was who made that tackle. He came in and it looked like it might have been, and this is hazarding a guess, Shelton Markell from his cornerback position. Way back to about the 4-yard line. That's a loss of 6.
It happened so fast, Don, I couldn't see it from here.
And long distance away, but it was a great play
by Aberdeen. This is a great situation for Aberdeen, because unless they can get 2 8-yard runs here, you're thinking that they're going to have to throw the ball from their goal line, which is not a comfortable situation.
I'm surprised that Tech came out throwing the ball from deep their own territory. Normally you would think they'd try to grind it out a bit. Receiver wasn't immediately open, and so Aberdeen was able to tackle him.
Another possible delay of game.
Yep, that's exactly what it is. We've seen now about 3 or 4 of those. That's going to be half the distance to the goal. Now they're back to about the 2-yard line. So what started out in bad field position has now become horrible field position back at their own 2. Second down, about 17 yards to go.
At the very least, they need to get out of that so their punter is not having to receive a short snap there, Don.
Got to get back to the 20-yard line for the first down. Now, is it a timeout? Boy, that's unusual to call a timeout this early in the half.
Very unusual, but it's a very crucial moment, because if they don't get this first down, they're probably receiving the punt inside the 50-yard line.
Yeah.
Plus, it's the distance of the snap. What I was referring to, Don, is if you can snap the ball 15 yards, that's a lot more doable to get the punt off. But if you can only snap it 8 to 10 yards, you're looking at a possible safety down the line.
Yeah, this whole drive started the mistake by the Tech receiver by letting the ball bounce off his hands, having to go back and field it. Looked like he had the ball at about the 20, 25-yard line, but by the time he got to it, it was at the 10. And that started them off on a bad situation. Then the sack And now the delay of game. Second down, ball about at the 2. They've got to get out to the 20. Second and 18. Handoff this time.
Oh,
Slips one
he's got
tackle.
a hole. He's got a hole.
Good drive there, up across the 10. Boy, they needed that. Is that Evans?
Number 24.
Yeah,
Yep.
that's Evans. Dante Evans, who's carried the load, the junior 5'9", 165-pounder, his first year, as it is Tommy Smith's first year. And Jamal Pearl, the other running back.
Now they're saying
25.
1st and 10, but that does not seem correct.
No.
It's 3rd and 10. Thank you.
Third
They
and
changed
10,
the
yeah.
scoreboard.
That scoreboard is trying to trick you, you know?
Well, the thing is,
They do that on purpose.
that was a huge run because
It was.
regardless if they get this first down or not, they've given themselves some room to punt.
They're back to the original line of scrimmage. It's taken them 2 downs to get there.
Yeah.
But it's now 3rd and 10. They've got to get to the 20.
They're passing
Smith
again.
rolling, throwing.
Oh, almost picked off by
Almost
number
picked
12.
off and incomplete. Nice job there. That was the,
Therese Booth.
Therese Booth who came over and almost made the interception. So it will bring up a 4th down. And that ball would have been well short of the first down anyhow. So if you're going to pass the ball, you better get past that line of scrimmage that means your first down. So impressive for Aberdeen. Again, the kickoff put them in good field position, and then that sack.
So this is a very important punt.
Yeah.
I mean, you can already see that the returner is set up at the 40. So they're anticipating it not being too long of a punt.
Jacob Walker.
Oops, bad snap, Don.
And he's going to run it. He's down
And he's
to,
got room.
And he's got the first down. Wow.
Oh, my gosh.
It almost looked like it was a run all the way. I think when it came bouncing to him, Jacob Walker said, I got to run this thing.
Yes.
What a play. What a turnaround.
That's
Unbelievable first down for Harford Tech. And the officials now are going to get together.
yeah. They
I don't see a flag.
I don't see a flag, but I see Aberdeen coaches pointing down the other way for some reason.
Jacob Walker, I mean, the senior, that ball came bouncing back to him, and instead of trying to punt the ball, he said, I'm going to run it.
That was a great reaction. That was a possibly game changer play. I mean, it could have gone from.
No, wait a minute. It's going to say illegal procedure against Tech.
Oh.
So they're going to probably have to do
Do
this.
the same and get 5 yards back.
Yeah, or at least half the distance. So, wow. Now, I'm not sure what the procedure was, but
So as soon as I think we have a game-changing play, we may have a game-changing penalty here.
yeah.
Because that would have been a real momentum lift for Tech if they would have had that first down.
Remember that punt play that Aberdeen got the advantage of being able to punt the ball the second time in the first half. This time it's a disadvantage for Tech as they had the first down on a great run by Jacob Walker. So they're going to back the ball back again as they try to get the sticks back set up.
So we've had some snap problems in this game, and people, again, that's an underrated skill. I have friends that played college ball and linemen, and they said they were asked to try out for long snapper.
Yeah.
And they said they couldn't do it.
Yeah.
You know.
And Jacob Walker, who's normally the center, is the punter for Harford Tech. So he's going to be back almost at the end line. He can't take a step back. If he does, it's going to be a safety.
The safety is very risky here. If he gets a heel on that, there
It's
it
a high
is.
one.
I think his toes might.
He got it off. What a nice play by Walker.
Oops.
Oh,
it
it
touched him.
touched
It touched
Aberdeen.
him.
It's going to be recovered by Tech. Wow, what a break for the Tech Cobras. The receiver
He
came over
looked
and
like
touched
he
the ball.
realized get out of the way of the ball, but then it came right up and hit him.
Unbelievable. What a break for Tech as the ball hits the Aberdeen receiver and the Tech cover man jumps on the football. It'll be first down and 10 at the 35-yard line. I didn't see who recovered that ball. First down and 10 at the 36-yard line.
You need to normally either catch that ball clean or get out of the way.
So Tech will get the ball back.
Good field position, too.
Yeah, at their own 35-yard line. Well, you can see the Aberdeen coaching staff just simply saying, oh my goodness, or other such expletives.
There's a room there.
Nice cutback run.
So I started to say earlier, Don, if the Harford Tech offensive line can reestablish the line like they had in the first quarter, especially after a break like that, that could be a big thing. That was about a 7 or 8 yard run there.
Yeah, pickup of at least 6 on first down. It looked like it was Jamal Pearl Jr., number 25. So it is now 2nd down and 4. Handoff.
Oh, got him in the backfield.
Yeah, a little bit of a botched handoff, it appeared. And the flag goes down. Let's see what that's about. That came after the play was over.
So I'm looking at number 50 here on Aberdeen, Maurice Sadler. He got into that backfield very, very quickly to get a loss, and maybe he jumped off sides.
No, it looks like it's going to be a big penalty. Aberdeen is going all the way back
Oh,
inside.
it must have been some unsportsmanlike after the play, late
yeah,
hit,
it
something.
came after the play was over. Boy, what a break for Tech and a bad break for Aberdeen. So, you go back a couple of minutes ago, Tech had that run for the first down on the punt, but that was wiped away. And then they pick up another first down on the play, and now they've got this penalty that drives way back into Aberdeen territory at the 41.
Yeah,
So the worm has turned.
we said earlier, the second quarter, some penalties were really crucial, and it's happening again now.
Pitch out. Evans cuts in. He's going to be hit by 2 or 3 of those white-shirted Eagles.
Yeah, Zamari Hamilton was in on that tackle again.
Along with, Shelton Markell.
But that was actually an impressive run to only get that distance done, because Evans could have been gotten in the backfield there, and he eluded an early tackle.
Yeah, that Markell, number 21, came up quickly from his cornerback position to make the tackle. 2nd down, a long 9. Handoff.
They're in there again.
Not a whole lot happening. 56 coming in and making the tackle for Aberdeen. That's Jason Elliott. No gain. 3rd down and 10. Tariq Moore, Peter Oliveras Estrada, Maurice Sadler along that Aberdeen defensive wall. They were just being blown out in that first part of the game, and now suddenly they are dominating at the line of scrimmage. Big 3rd down play. Back to throw without a fake. Smith looking, has a man, almost intercepted.
Almost.
Looked like he threw it just a bit wide of the receiver. That'll bring up 4th down. Ray, are you in 4-down territory? Do you?
It's a tough call here, because if you don't make it, you give them decent field position. You could just pin him back in there deep.
Yeah.
I think I would go for the punt right now to put him back inside their 20.
Yeah, I think that's the right play, because you've got 10 yards to go. It's not like you've got 2 or 3 to pick up.
If this was a shootout and we were going 28-28, I could see the offense, if they're clicking, going for it. But right now, we got a 7-7 ball game.
Walker back to punt again. It's been an adventure for him.
He's got the distance here to not. Oh, that's over.
Oh, it snapped over his head. And Walker is not able to recover it. It doesn't matter, because being 4th
Aberdeen's
down,
ball regardless.
it's going to be Aberdeen ball. What a break in the game as the snap went over the head of Walker. Aberdeen recovers it at the 33-yard line.
Number 11.
For Aberdeen, that's DeRay Arnold,
Yes.
the wide receiver, who makes the recovery. But it didn't matter, because Walker was going back trying to cover the ball. It would have been Aberdeen ball there anyhow. Here you'll see the replay. No chance at all for Walker to. That ball is snapped over his head. He slides and tries to recover it. I think Tech maybe, no, it ended up being Aberdeen's ball anyhow.
Yeah, it looks like 3 Aberdeen players had their hand on that ball.
So it'll be Aberdeen football, the ball at the 34-yard line as the Eagles take over on the 34 of Tech.
It's a golden opportunity for them, Don. They need to take advantage of this.
Quarterback Kirsten Harris. I should say Kelson Harris, excuse me, Kelson. Going to throw, being
Early
rushed.
pressure.
Nice block,
Oh.
almost intercepted.
20.
Coming in and almost making that interception was Jamal Pearl Jr.
Tell you what made that near interception was the pressure the quarterback was under.
Yeah.
He couldn't even turn and open his body to throw normal motion. He had to short arm that. That's when the coach says, just throw it away.
Yeah, yeah. Pearl saw that. It was like all he saw was green in front of him. If I catch this ball, I can walk into the end zone.
Yes.
Second down, 10 yards to go. Aberdeen with the football. 7-7 tie. It's been this way since midway of the second period. Pass almost
he's got it.
Intercepted.
He's got room.
A long way to go. Let's see if he can go all the way down that left sideline.
Oh, he outran him.
Into the end zone. It looks like Jamal Walden, the sophomore, number 6, who intercepts the ball at the 35-yard line and goes in untouched for the touchdown. 65 yards for Tech on the intercepted pass for a touchdown.
There's a flag in the backfield, Don, 2 of them.
Let's see if the flag changes this play. You'll see the replay. Oh, great interception up as Walden taps it to himself.
But I see a block in the back over here behind the play, unfortunately, Don. So I think that maybe the interception stands, but the return might not count.
The flags were thrown right at the point of the interception.
Yes.
It's against Tech. So wipe out the touchdown. Tech does have the football.
I might have got that one right.
I think you did. I think
I couldn't see the number, but there was a clear, unfortunate block in the back, 10 yards behind the play.
But on behind the play, in other words, it didn't matter to the play.
It
wow.
wouldn't have mattered. We even see that in the NFL.
So Tech will have the football. That's the good news. The bad news is their lead is wiped out and the ball is all the way back to the 30-yard line. You said it, Ray. Penalties have really played, penalties and turnovers have played a big role in this game so far. 7-7 is our score. We are in the third period. Clock about 6 minutes and 48 seconds left in the third. Cobras still have the football. They've had it a long time. Back to throw with Smith.
Pressure.
That almost intercepted as well.
That was a good read on, can't tell from here if it's 13 or 18 on the far sideline.
And DeRay Arnold, number 11, almost had that interception.
Yeah.
Boy, what a nice play by Tech on that defensive play by Jamal Walden. And, of course, the sophomore, he'll relive that play in his mind's eye, and he'll get to see it on film for the rest of his life. What could have been?
Well, I'll tell you right now, on that play right there, that defensive player was a half a step off of a pick six there, too.
Yeah. Handle. This is Pearl.
Good cutback. Another
Nice
penalty
tackle.
flag.
We've seen a lot of yellow handkerchiefs on the field.
Aberdeen player clapping. I'm guessing it's going to be a holding.
Tackle made by Pierce. Durbin, I'm sorry, Pierce. Going to go against Tech. And it looks like another big one. Going to be a 15-yarder. Is it holding?
Yes, looks like a holding signal.
Brian Watson, the referee. John Blaha, the umpire. The linesman, Alvin Miranda. Line judge, Greg Yackley. Back judge, Elton Battle. They have been in action tonight.
They've been busy.
Yeah. We have seen laundry all over the field. Second down and about 30. Smith.
Another jump.
Smith appears to be rocking back on his heels, and at some point they may want to call him for a illegal procedure because the linemen are watching him, and as he rocks back on his heels that way. But he got away with it that time, and the penalty of 5 yards against Aberdeen.
Well, you can be sure the Aberdeen coach is pointing that out too, Don.
Smith back to throw. Throwing long, down the sideline. It's going to be called.
Oh, hit him in the hands.
Right through the hands of the receiver, unable to make the catch. It looked like number 5, and that's Roderick Trotter Jr. Roderick, it would have been a very tough catch for him over the shoulder, but think about it, that was a great placed football.
That was an excellent throw.
He threw that about 50 yards in the air. He being Kelson Harris, the sophomore quarterback.
He's got an arm like that as a sophomore. What's he going to be like as a senior, Don?
Pardon me, it was Tommy Smith, the junior quarterback.
Oh, okay.
I hadn't turned my playbook over. Sorry, Tommy. So now it's 3rd and 20.
Like a
Smith throwing. Has his man? Nope. In and out of the hands. They'll bring up a 4th down, 4th and 20, and that will bring up a punting situation, but the adventures begin now.
This game has been turnovers and penalties and great plays.
And missed opportunities by both teams. 6 minutes and 2 seconds left in the 3rd period. We're tied at 7. Tech scored in the 1st period, Aberdeen in the 2nd.
Now we had a problem with snaps before. Let's see if they can get this corrected.
Good to see Josiah back on the field. Josiah
no
Webb.
punt. Oh.
Do not touch the ball.
No. Don't even reach out like that when it's bouncing by you.
I can hear the Aberdeen coaches, do not touch the ball. So will be Aberdeen's ball in good field position at their own 45-yard line. Obviously, mistakes made by young teams early in the season. Even though Harford Tech is a successful team going back 7 years, 40 wins and 7 losses. 2 of those losses were forfeits because of COVID. So they're 40-5 under Tim Palmer.
And the other losses were in the state.
Yeah.
Deep in the states.
Yeah, 2 wins last year. They lost, you're right. Well, they've been to the regions 2 times, and they've been in the state playoffs every year. So Tim Palmer, who is a police officer on the SWAT team, really doing a nice job leading the Harford Tech Cobras. Aberdeen football. Well, that play is sort of the counter buck as you have it, going nowhere.
It was a good fake on the pitch, but the Harford Tech defense did not bite.
Yeah. Terrell Bowman, the number 2, who got the ball and got about 5 black shirts at the same time.
Well, Joshua Canner was one of them. He was right there.
Josh Canner and Joey Canner. They're brothers, twins. One's in the CAM program, the other's in carpentry. So they sort of split their loyalties when it comes to the program of choice at Harford Tech. 2nd down, 11. Handoff.
In the backfield. Wow. Got away.
Yeah, got away from the first tackle. He's still on his feet. Finally will be taken down. Nathan Geller had him dead to rights, but he was able to shake that first tackle, he being Terrell Bowman.
Turned a major loss into a no gain.
Yeah. Going to be now a 3rd down and a short 10, long 9.
That's why team defense is important. When one person has his hands on somebody, the rest of you better get there.
Yeah.
Get a slippery player like that that can get away.
Big 3rd down play. Kelson Harris, sophomore quarterback, going all the way. Back to throw. Being rushed. Down he goes.
Got him.
Boy, pick him. There's about 5 of those black shirts in there.
A couple players down on that play there. Taken down hard.
And that's Joey Cantor, number 68, who makes the sack. A sack, a loss of about 7 yards. Bringing up 4th down.
That was a quick 3 and out from the Harford Tech defense there.
Kelson Harris, he went back, looked like he had a little bit of time, and then suddenly the time ran out.
For big linemen, they have some real good bursts of speeds there once they get past one blocker.
Yeah, the Cantor twins, both 235 pounds, and they are quick. High snap. Almost blocked.
That went inches from the hands of one of the defensive players.
It's going to roll dead at about the 34-yard line. Ray, as you said, a quick 3 and out to punt. Ball at the 34, so the Cobras will take over with about 3 minutes and 8 seconds left in this third period. Well, you think about the Cobras, who scored 35 points last week, but again, 2 of those were on defensive plays, one a pick six and the other a fumble recovery in the end zone, and their defense set up their offense all week last week. Aberdeen, who lost 42-0, and you think, well, gosh, this is going to be a blowout for Harford Tech, but you have to think about who their opponents were and the fact that this is now an up-back game that means everything to these players.
Local rivalries are huge.
Tommy Smith handing it off.
Got to think about Aberdeen losing a close game last year. They have revenge on their mind.
Yeah. And of course, the Cobras, who have been so successful in the last 7 years. Aberdeen, as we talked to Kelvin Harris, their coach. By the way, Kelvin is a twin as well. We're talking about the Cantor twins. His twin brother, Kevin Harris, is the twin brother of Kelvin Harris, who's the coach at Aberdeen. Kelvin, geometry and algebra teacher here. See, I can't even say it, much less do it.
Aberdeen defense is getting penetration now also.
Peter Oliveras Estrada has played a great game at nose tackle.
Somebody limping off the sideline here, Glenn.
Looks like 65, maybe? Yeah, 66 maybe.
55 or 65?
You know what?
It's 55. That's Zamari Hamilton.
Hamilton, yeah.
That's not somebody you want to come off your defense right now.
Yeah. Zamari, one of the senior leaders on this team.
Got him.
But I tell you what, that Aberdeen defense, they have just, if you think back to the first period where, the offensive line of Harford Tech was just having their way.
Yes.
Now Aberdeen has changed it. Is it strategy? Have they done something different defensively? Or have they just, as my Edgewood coach used to say, bowed their necks?
Exactly. Well, I think you've got some good Aberdeen defensive coordinating happening here. I think they've seen what they were doing and they're countering it. And that's the neat thing about the game of football. It's like a chess match.
Yeah.
So now will Harford Tech counter it with something else? They did briefly with the long, few passes, but
good snap this time. And a nice high kick, not long.
It's going to bounce again.
Flag goes
Flag
down.
out.
Aberdeen, I'm not sure why diving on the ball. It was still going to be Aberdeen ball, but it will be Aberdeen ball, but we'll wait to see what that flag was about. You would think would be on the receiving team. Like this can't
It did hit a Aberdeen player, or it did hit a player as it came down before it hit the ground.
Okay.
So I don't know if that can have anything to do with the penalty for interfering with it, but see the officials huddling.
One official put his hat down. That lets you know where the ball is going to be placed. And now we've seen this tonight where the officials have gotten together and said, what in the world is this all about? Well, we're about to find out as Brian Watson comes over and talks to the Aberdeen coach, Kelvin Harris. Here is the replay. You'll get a chance to see. Ray was thinking maybe
I think it hit a Harford Tech player before it came to the ground, which probably isn't allowed, as the receiving team has to have a chance of.
And you saw the Harford Tech player actually, you'll see it here, he actually sort of blocks the receiver. And that may have been, that's where the flag was thrown.
It could have been that because, especially if he had early signaled fair catch, which I didn't see, but if they signal fair catch, you're not allowed to touch the.
I didn't see a fair catch at all,
No.
But it's a big penalty against Tech, and it will give Aberdeen the ball in Tech territory at the 46. Another big break for Aberdeen. Let's see if they can take advantage now.
Well, both teams have been given 3 or 4 big breaks, but neither of them have been able to sustain even a 30, 40-yard drive since then.
And give credit to the defenses.
Yes.
They've just been tough. So here we go, Aberdeen with another big chance. Kelson Harris, the sophomore quarterback. He's been impressive. Handoff.
It's a nice run.
Taken down, yeah, number 6, that's Pierce Durbin, the senior. Picks up maybe 5 yards on first down.
Don, other than the one long run for the touchdown and the 2 or 3 passes on the other drive, this has been pretty much a game of the offensive and defensive linemen, asserting their authority versus each other.
Absolutely, yeah.
I mean, but like you said, it's going back and forth. For a while, an offensive line gets a little bit of push.
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden, the other team's defense just stuffs them in the background.
Well, we've seen lots of breaks and lots of opportunities for both teams. Let's see if Aberdeen now can take advantage of this penalty that came on that short punt. Second down, about 5.
Quick handoff. Got ourselves a
Got
first
the
down.
first down.
Nice tackle.
Taken down, the run by
That'd be number
Terrell
5.
Bowden. We see another flag down right at the point of the tackle. You said, yeah, a nice tackle made by Rex Bibio. Sort of an ankle tackle. I'm not sure, didn't see anything wrong with the tackle, but
If he gets past him, he's gone. But
yeah,
let's see what the penalty
it's going
is.
to be against Aberdeen. Looks like some kind of a hold against
Yeah,
Aberdeen.
you would figure it was a hold. It was a nice developing play, too. It's a shame.
Yeah, that was another first down for Aberdeen. Would have been inside the 40-yard line. Again, we've seen that. We've seen penalties being a factor. We've seen turnovers being a factor.
Mm-hmm.
Just some weird plays, too. Some very different plays. Aberdeen second down, about 13 yards to go.
A lot of options here. Oops, low snap.
Low snap, did Aberdeen cover it? I think
I think they did, but it was
Harris was able to get it.
like one of the running backs. Crucial recovery.
Yeah, but it is third down. Third and about 17. No, check it, 14. They've got to get down inside the 40 to the 36. The ball resting inside Aberdeen territory at about the 48. Has to be a frustrating game for the coaches because we've seen these opportunities presenting themselves and the teams shooting themselves in the foot, either with turnovers or in many cases penalties.
Like they say, they got a lot to clean up on both teams. They're playing very good in certain situations, but coaches cannot stand penalties.
No, or mistakes, fumbles, things like that, things that you can avoid.
Yes.
Certain things when you get a great athlete and he beats you on a play, yeah, that's one thing. But if you just simply make a physical or mental mistake, it's something that you said drives coaches nuts.
I think the ones that are the most frustrating, we've seen it a couple times now, are the holds or the block in the backs that are behind the play.
Yeah.
The play has already been made, the first down's already there, and somebody does something unnecessary. But like we said, that happens at the highest level.
Ray, you saw a moment ago there the fans from Harford Tech dressed in kind of almost like what highway workers wear, sort of the gold yellow type jerseys, but
they look like the highlighter colors.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe it's a yellow out here tonight. Yes. Again, it's Harford Tech's home game at Aberdeen because of Harford Tech's field that's being repaired.
They definitely like the bright yellow, orange, everything else over there. Pink.
Nice crowd on both sides.
Definitely.
On a Friday night. Beautiful, beautiful Friday night. A little bit humid, as you said, but just a really nice early, I guess it's still late summer, isn't it? We're not into fall yet, but it feels like fall in some cases.
Well, us summer lovers don't want to admit it's fall, even if it is.
Especially teachers, like students going back.
Delayed handoff.
And great job by Tech. Was that again one of the Cantor brothers?
I think so.
Looked like 68 Josh Cantor, or Joey Cantor, I'm sorry.
Jamal Pearl was up in there too, involved with the play. I love how he comes up from his position and plays by the line.
Yeah, Jamal just a sophomore, 5'10", 170 pound. His first year He's in the horticulture program. I need him at my house. My flowers are looking a little dim these days.
I'm with you. That's not my specialty there.
Yeah, I weed them, I feed them, but they don't like me.
I'm lucky I have a 21-year-old who could do the weeding for me now.
Very high punt. They're just going to let it drop and roll dead.
Well, Don, I don't even know if these punts are by design to be that high. They're almost changing their kick because so much pressure is getting in the backfield. If they would have hit a normal punt with a diagonal trajectory, that might have been blocked.
Yeah.
They're literally trying to avoid these block punts. You go back to the crowd, Don. I always think it's funny. You see exactly where the students are and the parents on the other ends. Very noisy in the middle and quiet on the outsides.
11 minutes and 6 seconds left in this game. We are in the fourth period. 7-7, no scoring in the third period. A touchdown each in the first and the second period. One for Tech, one for Aberdeen. Tech ball. Well, that defensive line is just no holes at all. Oliveira, Estrada, Moore, and Sadler.
It almost feels like this game is going to come down to one big play.
Yeah.
Because both teams are stuffing the short runs pretty easily.
We saw that pick six, which we thought was going to be the big play, but it got reversed because of the penalty against Tech. And since that point, neither team has really mounted a threat. Here we go, second down. Second down and just about 10. Flag goes down, looks like a procedure. Going to cost them 5 yards, and that'll make it a second down and just about 17 now. Tech's got to get out to the 45.
So we might have a new receiver on the left side here, Don, number 87.
Yeah,
for the one-on-one, and he's a big, tall kid.
He is, yeah. That's Aaron Fieser. Rolling right, throwing, has a man.
I think he might have, if he caught it, it's only for 3 yards. But if he caught that, that was a heck of a catch.
It was catching it going out of bounds. Actually, it's for about 7 yards because they were.
Oh, that's right. They were behind.
Yeah, they were second. Yeah, so now they're mixing a manageable third down, third and about 8. That was a great play, great pass by Smith, and an even better catch. Was that number 11?
I'm pretty sure it was. That's hard to throw that on the run like that.
It is. Not sure who made that catch, but it was a nice catch on the far side. Smith rolling, throwing back. Oh, it's almost intercepted.
Oh, my.
Into the hands. It looked like the quarterback now playing defensive back for Aberdeen. Number 7, Kelson Harris.
It's our scrunched up number 7. It looks like a 1, Don.
Or could it be a 2? Could it be a 2? We're just not sure. In any case, it was almost an interception.
We're going to have to talk to the equipment managers. It might have been Terrell Bowman.
It may have been.
We gotta talk to equipment managers and make sure these numbers are spread out enough that they don't
unscrunch the numbers.
That's right.
That's what we want. Walker into punt again. So Tech had good field position, but they went backwards.
Another good defensive stand.
Wobbly kick coming down, taking a good bounce.
Very fortunate bounce.
Goes down inside the 30-yard line to the 26. So what looked like just an average punt ended up being a very good punt, about 40 yards.
Both teams aren't letting the quarterback stand still to throw. They're making him throw against their body or on the run or quickly.
And Smith, who was rolling to his left, and as you know, a right-handed quarterback, that's very difficult. You got to square those shoulders, turn those hips, and that sounds easy to do, but on the run, not so easy. So the ball inside the 30 at about the 27-yard line. Aberdeen will take over. Plenty of time left in the game. 10 minutes and 2 seconds left. We've been tied since midway of the second period. There's a hole.
Yep.
Off the left side.
The way this game's going, Don, unless somebody could get a good possession going, it could be 2 more possessions per team.
That was Bowman with a 5-yard run. Longest run we've seen in a while. Play coming in, Meyer Sims bringing it in to quarterback Kelson Harris.
The first thing we needed to see is a first down. Haven't seen many of those. It's been very good defense.
DeRay Arnold here to the near side. Low snap, handoff. Hit as he comes into the line. It looks like that's Terrell Bowman again.
He only got about one there, one or two at most.
Bring up a third down, third and a short, maybe let's call it a long 3. They've got to get to the 37-yard line. The ball resting at the 34.
Jamal Pearl and Nathan Geller were in on that tackle from secondary, but they both, Geller came up limping a little bit on that play.
Big third down play here, 3rd and 3. Handoff. Stopped right in the middle of the line. What a nice stop by Tech. Big number 73, Aaron Baldwin, the nose tackle, 6'3", 275, said, "Get that stuff out of here," or something like that. He probably didn't say anything. He just let his actions do the talking.
I gotta say, I love how Pearl hustles to be the second or third person there every time.
Yep, the sophomore who's making friends among the seniors. That'll bring up a 4th down, and again, you talked about a first down, which we still haven't seen one. Back to punt the ball away is Aberdeen. That's been an adventure as well. Nice snap this time.
That was the best snap we've had in a while, and the best punt.
Yeah, going to be fielded on the fly. And down he goes at the 42-yard line.
Good play all around that play, Don.
Yep.
Snap, punt, good return.
That was
tackle.
Mateo McGraw with the return. Tech again with good field position. Both teams have had good field position, but neither's been able to take advantage. Ball at the 43. We're feeling a breeze here in the booth.
Yes.
By the way, Tim Lindekamp, the athletic director here at Aberdeen, we want to thank him for allowing us to be here, even though he didn't have any say about it since it's Harford Tech's home game. Paul Danielle, the athletic director, co-athletic director for Tech. We thank him, both athletic directors and the principals and coaches. Great little happening in the middle. Ray, you realize this is the 29th year that Harford TV has been on the air bringing high school games.
That's incredible.
Yeah, since all the way back to 1994. I talked to a kid who was among the first people we televised. He's now a grandfather.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a little frightening. At least he's not a great-grandfather, but he's trending toward that. Crazy.
Well, it's great that you get almost every sport on and almost every school in the county represented in some game. Another
almost fumble. Smith throwing. Has
Caught
a man.
it. Caught
First
it.
down. Oh, nice catch.
Wow.
Nice pass to it. Looked like it may have been Jamal Walden, number 6.
Yes, and on the tackle you had number 12. That would be Therese Booth again.
We mentioned first down. We've finally seen our first
Yes.
first down for a while. Across midfield to the 47.
So apparently all we had to do was mention it, and then it happened.
Smith on the run.
Oh, that was dangerous.
Flag goes down late.
Yes. Pointing towards the Aberdeen defense.
I didn't see a late hit, but again, I'm about 70 yards away and my eyes are old.
Well, one thing we can't do, Don, is we can't hear if anything is said down there either.
Yeah.
So sometimes you get a little chirping going back and forth.
Aberdeen is not backing off just yet. Normally
No.
you see the offending team.
Yeah,
No, it's against Aberdeen, though.
Aberdeen.
That could be a big one.
That'll make it 1st and 5 if it's a 5-yarder.
I
See
think
how
it's
much
going
it
to be a
is.
big one. It's going to be a
Wow.
15-yarder. Personal foul.
Yes.
It must have been a late hit is the only thing I can figure.
I saw on the previous play the other way that there was a little bit of stuff going on after the tackle. So maybe a little bit of unfortunate payback on that play.
So the ball at the 31-yard line, another first down, this time by penalty. Tommy Smith looking, throwing, has a man.
And
It's
caught.
complete. Good catch. Adder Romelin.
Now, on Aberdeen, we have number 6 on the tackle, it looks like, and they didn't have number 6 in the starting lineup before.
Pierce Durbin with the tackle.
He's come on this game. He didn't look like he started, but he's been getting a lot of playing time and doing well.
Junior Adder with that catch. He's a 6'1", 170-pound sophomore. He's in the electricity program. I just love the program. Have you had a chance to be at Harford Tech recently?
Yes.
Oh my, what a, it's just, you walk into that and it's like everybody's doing something, you know, they're all on task. So it's just a fun place to be. Jim Reynolds, who's the new principal at Harford Tech, a longtime principal at Harvard Grace, moved over to Tech this year.
Giving a lot of those young people a great head start into college or careers.
Yeah. Timeout here on the field. Tech moving the ball. They've got a first down at the 22-yard line.
It's the closest either team has been to the end zone since the second quarter, I think.
I think you're right. And the first time we've seen an extended drive where maybe 1 or 2 good plays, but now this has been about 3 or 4 in a row. Of course, benefited from that 15-yard penalty as well. 6 minutes, 20 seconds and counting left in this game. I should remind the booth in this regulation game, since there's a possibility of overtime.
Yes.
The guys in the booth, in the truck, they just love that word, overtime.
Well, this is a crucial time. This is a crucial time for them to step up on defense again, because they're only 1 first down away from a possible field goal if they don't get it to a touchdown.
Smith looking
open.
Long down the sideline.
I think he has it.
Is he inbound?
He's in.
Yeah, and he's saying it's a touchdown. Tommy Smith with a touchdown pass. Let's see if we can see who that receiver was on the far side. Beautifully thrown pass.
I think it might be 3, but I have to look.
Looks like it may be out of Romalin.
Yes.
Here's the replay, and you'll get a chance to see what a great pass this was. Look at 3 going down the sideline.
Double move he did. Yes.
Catches the ball and stays in bounds for the touchdown.
Pretty sure it was Junior.
Eder Romelin, I believe I'm saying his name correctly. If Junior, if I'm not, please excuse me for that. But Tech goes up now. And
they got a hand on it.
Yeah, it's blocked. So the first 6 out of 7 now for Walker. For Hamilton, I'm sorry.
I was just getting ready to say, Don, that this extra point is very important. So it was a big play for Aberdeen to block that. Now they have to come back and score, obviously, and an extra point can win it for them.
So 13-7 is our score. The 33-yard touchdown pass from Tommy Smith to Junior Adaramalin. That came at the 6:20 mark left here in the ball game. So Tech, who had led 7-0, then was tied 7-7 in that second period, now has gone back on top. And now can Aberdeen get up off the mat, having been punched in the mouth on not a trick play, not a fluke play, just a great pass play.
That was a very legitimate combination. I like the way the receiver did a hitch move there. He kind of froze the defender and then went down to the corner there.
And stayed in bounds. Of course, it was way across the field from us, and I had my doubts whether it was in bounds, but it certainly was. And the pass from Tommy Smith, I mean, it was right on the money.
Aberdeen could use a good return here. They need better field possession. That was a nice high kick. Oops, dropped it again.
Sims battling for yardage.
Good effort after he picked the ball up.
Yeah, I mean, he knew that he was going to have 5 or 6 of those black shirts around him.
Player down, 2 players down, Don.
Meyer Sims with that return. And we talked about the humidity out here. Tech player down. And again, those trainers right on the spot. I'm just so impressed with how they're here to help the health of these kids. Timeout on the field as they attend to the injured player. 6 minutes, 12 seconds left. Aberdeen's football.
Okay, up on his own power.
Yep.
Oops, having a hard time putting any weight on his leg there.
Oliver Downs, the young man who was down on that play, helping to make the tackle.
It's usually those kind of scrums where there's 5 people in one tackle that you have these kind of injuries.
Yeah.
Sometimes it could be your own player.
Yeah.
That rolls up on you.
So the ball will be at the 24-yard line. Aberdeen will have it 1st and 10, down by 6 points. And Ray, you made a very good point. If they can score, then an extra point gives them the win, or at least gives them the lead late in the game. Aberdeen 0-1, Tech 1-0 coming in. This is their first up-back game.
They don't have to panic. They have 6 minutes and 2 timeouts, so they do not have to choose to just pass. They can mix in runs and passes, but you would think that they're going to have to do at least a couple of good passes.
Yeah, they're going to have to move the ball. The only time we've seen them move it effectively was on 3 long passes they made back there in that second period.
End around. Oh, that was a good defense there.
It was, catching him. Looked like Markel Shelton had a head of steam.
He did.
But he was caught coming around that left side. Still a nice little gain of maybe 4 on 1st down. Positive play.
Can't see the number. It might have been 15, but I'm not sure. But whoever it was followed the person across the field and then found them again.
When that's tough, going through all that traffic and then being able to make the tackle.
It was a good read and then good hustle on top of it.
Pickup of 4, maybe 5.
I think you're right. If he wasn't there, I think he goes another 10, 15 yards on that play.
Yeah. 2 wide receivers to the near side, 1 to the far, 2 backs around quarterback Kelson Harris.
Low snap. Wow.
Giving yardage, coming around that corner, but he's going to get hemmed in, and down he goes. Pierce Durbin. That play started off badly on the low snap.
Another player down. That was a very brave running back there. I think the coach was just saying, go down, when there was 8 people tackling him.
Yeah. So impressed with Kelvin Harris, the Aberdeen coach, a young man who's math teacher in the school, and determined that he wants to be here for the long term, that he wants to build a program. He wants to bring Aberdeen back to where they were.
Yes.
Aberdeen, one of the traditional powerhouses in this county, and over the last number of years, because of coaching turnover and many other things, they just haven't been able to sustain any success.
I could be wrong on this, Don, but I'm pretty sure they're the team in the county that's put the most people in the pros, and possibly Division I college as well.
You go back to Irvin Pankey, going back to the 70s, and you know.
Then the Henderson brothers later on.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I'm a Terp fan, so I enjoyed them, at least them playing for Maryland.
But it's been a while, though, since Aberdeen has been a team, you know, that really is at the top echelon of you know, the county. The late great Johnny Brooks, who was a coach here for many years, you know, had them at a high level. Flag goes down, and I'm not sure. Gosh, I don't know how many penalties have been called tonight, but there's been a number. That's going to go against Aberdeen, some kind of a procedure.
Very costly penalties, because it would have been 3rd and 6, and
yeah, I mean they were 2nd and 5, and now they're end up 3rd and 6. So the big 3rd down play here, you would think that they would have to punt. You wouldn't think they'd want to go for it on 4th down.
I think they're up to 3rd and 11 now, Don.
Yeah.
Oh.
4 minutes and 45 seconds and counting left in this game.
I don't think you can punt this ball away either, so I think they might have to go for it in 2 plays here.
3rd down, 11 yards to go for the 1st down.
Oh, he's
pass
open.
and unable to bring it in. It would not have been a first down, but it would have been close. Boy, nice pass there. Harris hit his receiver right in the hands, but tough to bring it down on the move like that.
It was slightly high, but definitely catchable. But I think he was thinking about what am I going to do after I catch this ball?
Yeah, or who's going to hit me in
Yes.
the ribs
Yeah.
as I reach up high to make this catch. Well, it looks like Kelvin Harris, the coach, has decided to punt the ball away. If it were like 4th and 2,
Yes.
might be different than 4th and 11.
Yeah. When I said go on in for 2 plays, I was figuring only if they pick up 2/3 of this.
Yeah,
But
which they would have had that pass been complete.
they still have 2 timeouts, so they could still get a stop.
Low,
They need a bounce.
and it is a nice bounce. It'll go all the way down into Tech territory beyond the 35 at the 34. So probably all in all, that's the wise play. It's kind of fun being here not involved and saying, oh, go for it, coach. Go for it.
Well, at this point now, Don, they pretty much need a 3 and out.
Yeah.
Because you can't let a team run 6 plays with only 2 timeouts. Now, does that mean that Harford Tech will be conservative and just do some runs here? You would think so. Something that takes some time, maybe like an end around too. Oh, nice first down run.
And the flag is down.
If it's against Tech, not only does it take back a good run, but it also stops the clock for the other team.
The Aberdeen bench very demonstrative. It looks like it might be going against Aberdeen.
Wow.
Another personal foul against the Eagles.
I wonder if it might have been a face mask or something in that territory.
It is a personal foul, so the good run and now the penalty. You can understand why the Aberdeen coaching staff is upset. Hey, look, we're late in the game. We can't afford this. We need to get the ball back, and now you're giving them yardage.
Right after you had a few penalties on offense.
Yeah. A hard-fought game tonight, a game full of penalties, full of mistakes, full of missed opportunities. Aberdeen needing a big play. Nice quick run by Dante Evans. It's the kind of game, Ray, if you win, it doesn't matter if it's ugly.
Right.
If you lose,
Right.
we had so many chances and we could have had it. It was right there.
And the losing team will not say, coach will not say, this is a moral victory, we were in the game. You say that when there's not all these flags and all these turnovers, maybe, but you don't say it when you have all these flags.
Yeah. We give Aberdeen a lot of credit. They got off the mat after the first period. I wouldn't have given you much of a chance that they could have been in the ball game, but they've reversed their fortunes and they've been in the ball game the whole way. Smith, handoff. Hit and a
Ball's
fumble.
out.
Is
Ball's
that ball
out.
loose?
Ball's out. He might have been down, but ball.
No, that's what the official is saying. Official on the near side saying the ball was,
And,
the runner was down before the ball came out.
but he's really close to the first down mark. Looks like he could be possibly just a half a yard short, Don.
Yeah, they're going to say it's 3rd and about a couple of inches, actually. Thought maybe they might bring the chains in to measure, but they didn't.
Oh,
great
big
play
stop.
by Aberdeen. My goodness.
Oh, then his second effort, though.
And still the ball is loose going down the field. The runner with the ball, Evans, says, hey, I'm still running here.
Well, I have to admit, Don, I got tricked by somebody in the backfield there.
Yeah, me too. I thought that Aberdeen had made a great stop, but Evans is able to pick up that first down.
It was a great second effort.
It really was. 2 minutes and 18 seconds. Clock stopped momentarily as they reset the chains. Right now, Aberdeen needs a miracle. They need a turnover to be able to get the ball back. Handoff, Evans. Keep it on the ground. That's all Tech is
They're going
saying.
to have to use a timeout soon, Don. I don't think they can afford much more.
That penalty they gave them, the 2 penalties they gave them, the first down and then moved the ball deep, just killers for Aberdeen.
Seems like a trend that coaches don't like to call a timeout on second down. They like to let the clock run now, and then if they get a good stop on third down, then they'll call timeout. But can't wait too much longer, can they?
No, that clock moving down to 121, 120, and moving down. Evans.
Oh, he had a hand on him, but they're going to push the pile. Can they push it to a first down?
And Evans comes springing back.
He's going to be possibly just short.
Yeah.
And at that point, you just have to call timeout, and this next run is the game.
Yeah. Looks like it's third down and maybe 1. Dante Evans, who's done a nice job tonight at running back, the 5'9", 165-pound junior.
But I'm going to look ahead of play here, Don. If they don't get this 3rd and 1, do you go for it on 4th and 1 and ice the game, or do you kick a field goal?
No, I would go for it. I think a field goal gives you a chance to block it.
Yes.
And then if you could return that, for the distance. And as we said, Aberdeen needs a miracle. Certainly, if they don't get it on this play, I would think.
I would go for it also.
Absolutely.
I think this is 2 down because even if you don't make it on both plays, they would virtually have to go 75 yards in less than a minute.
Yeah, there's a minute 1 left in the game right now.
Plus, another thing that we're not talking about is they only have 1 more timeout, so they wouldn't be able to call any timeouts on their offensive possession if they get the ball back. That would be a long field goal too, so you're not probably going for that.
Yeah. Well, here we go now. It's 3rd down and about 1. The only thing, if you're Aberdeen, you're hoping that there's a mix-up on the handoff. Somebody fumbles, you can get the ball back. You need a turnover right now.
I was just going to say, you could just go wide, and he got it, and he's free.
And that is your touchdown, Dante Evans, who's going to run it in from 22 yards out. That sort of puts the cherry on top of the ice cream, if you will. Evans with the touchdown run. You'll see how he's able to sort of squirt through that line.
I didn't get a chance to say it soon enough, but I thought they might go wide, throw the other team off. That was a good bounce off after the first man hit him, Don.
It really was. Dante Evans with a nice run of 22 yards. And that will wrap it up. It's pretty much, I tell the story about how I made mention of that at a game once when the team was down 3 touchdowns. And there's the extra point. Good by Hamilton. He's made 2 out of 3.
The holder there just made a spectacular play. That was a high snap, and he reached up and grabbed that and pulled that down and held it just in time.
So 20-7 is our score. And again, if you see that score, you think, well, hey, Tech had it in hand the whole way. It was tied 7-7 at half. No scoring at all in that 3rd period. So these 2 touchdowns that Tech has scored to put it away have been in the 4th period.
Yes. And we talked about a lot of mistakes and penalties and turnovers in this game, Tom, but I see the makings of 2 good football teams here.
Oh, I agree. 2 good coaches, 2 good coaching staffs. Both of them dedicated to try to bring, programs up. In the case of Tech, just continue what they've been doing. In the case of Aberdeen, of course, bring them back to the glory days. I'm really impressed with Kelvin Harris and his squad. Tim Palmer, I mean, it goes without saying, here's a guy who's 40-7, and 2 of those losses COVID-enforced forfeits, and a couple of them, as you said, in the state playoffs. So, he's had undefeated seasons, and what can you say? He has just built team after team, year after year.
Well, if you're Hartford Tech, you look at this and you say, we just got past a real feisty opponent.
Yeah.
And let's improve on our mistakes and let's go forward. If you're Aberdeen, you've lost 2 games to 2 really good teams that go deep into the playoffs. So get your head up and go for the next opponent.
Yeah. Back to Tech, you look at Tommy Smith, a junior, sophomore Jamal Pearl, a junior Dante Evans, all through the lineup. Adder Malin, a sophomore, junior is Rex Bibio. So throughout this lineup, you see young players.
Yes.
There was a big turnover last year based on graduations. So Tech, it's almost a brand new squad.
There's only 11 seniors on this entire squad, Don. That's a bright future.
And among those seniors, senior leadership, you look at the Canner twins, you know, Joey and Josh, senior leaders who are on that defense. So if you do need that leadership, here's another penalty marker on the field. And again, Ray, I agree with you. 2 teams that have the makings of first-class squads. Aberdeen 3-5 last year. Harford Tech was, you know, if you count those COVID losses, you know, they were 7-2. Counting the playoffs, they were 9-3.
Even Aberdeen has a lot more sophomores on their team than you would normally think. So I think Aberdeen cleans some of this up. They're going to be a good team.
Sims with a completion. He'll take it out of bounds, keep the clock stopped. Myers Sims with that catch. And a man down in the backfield for Aberdeen. Looks like the quarterback, Kelson Harris. Kelson's played offense and defense. He's been under the gun the whole night from that Tech defense. Just a sophomore is Harris. He's been impressive with that arm strength he has. Brian Watson, the referee. Been a tough game for the officials, Ray, in terms of keeping the game under control. It's been a little feisty, as you said, from time to time. In some weird situations. Throwing against his body. Tough throw.
That was very, very good pressure on number 6 on the defense.
That's Jamal Walden.
Yeah, he's and it's not just the pressure, but like you just said, he made him throw against his body. So just the angles the defensive players know to pressure a quarterback can be everything.
Yeah, that throw by a right-hander going to your left or a left-hander going to your right, so difficult. You just have to do everything mechanically well in terms of getting your body turned, your hips turned. Closing seconds here of this game, 40 seconds to be exact left. Aberdeen 2nd and 10.
Oh, I think we got a pick here.
We do. Interception. And he's going to go back all the way.
That's Jamal Pearl.
It surely is. Jamal Pearl Jr.
I've been saying his name all day for hustle.
Jamal Pearl with that interception takes it all the way. It is a 25-yard. You'll see how he simply steps in front of the ball. There he is. Catches it, and then it's nothing but green in front of him. And that'll now make our score now 26-7.
Again, this is going to be a thing where people look at this score and see a possible 20-point game and think Harford Tech had their way, but it's just a little bit of misfortune at the end of the game here and some huge plays on the Harford Tech players.
Yep.
Started with that reception.
Here's Hamilton with the extra point, and it is good.
He's had a very good day kicking.
He has. 27-7 is the score for the Tech Cobras as they get that 30-yard 25-yard return by Jamal Jr. Jamal Pearl Jr., the outside linebacker, defensive back, just a sophomore, 5'10", 170 pound, in the horticulture program at Harford Tech. He's had quite a game. You've mentioned his name, Ray, several times. He's been sort of the unsung hero most of the game. Now he gets a chance to step up and be in the highlights.
Well, he just proved that when you're around the ball constantly, good things are going to happen eventually.
So Dante Evans with 2 touchdown runs.
I don't have the stat book in front of me, but Neil probably has a ton of assists on tackles in this game. He gets to get rewarded with a touchdown at the end.
Closing seconds of this game, it's all Harford Tech now. They're going to be able to go back to Harford Tech. Actually, these guys are from all over the county, so they'll go back to wherever their home might be with a satisfying win. Even though I think it's one of those games that if you're Ray, a coach, you can say, look, don't look at the final score.
Right.
You know, this was not a pretty game.
Right.
You know, we made so many mistakes. Had the other team been able to take advantage of those mistakes, you know, the outcome could have been different. But it is still a big, big win.
Well, like they say, Don, you'd rather win ugly than not win at all. And they're going to be, because they are a playoff aspiration team.
Yeah.
So it's important that they got the win, but you're right. You got to take a lot of teaching moments out of this game.
You can see the Tech fans celebrating on the far side.
They traveled well. They brought a lot of people out here tonight.
Inside handoff. Still on his feet, still running. That's Terrell Bowman.
It's a great play.
And that could be the last play of the game.
Yeah, they
10 seconds left.
Move it for first down, but
they'll move the chains.
It's like the Aberdeen coach may have called timeout.
Looks like he may have, yeah.
Wants to get one more play off.
It's like a college basketball game when it gets to the last minute of the game. Usually lasts about a half hour.
Well, you just don't want to see anybody get hurt in that 20-point win here, so just hoping for a clean play here. But some coaches, I mean, to their credit, they want to learn, and this play is practice right here.
Yeah.
Let's get another play out of our playbook and see if we can make it work. Again,
your sophomore quarterback, every play is a learning experience for him. So Kelson Harris, again, a young man who shows a great deal of promise. Long pass. It's going to be intercepted. Bounced into the hands of the defensive back. Going down the far sideline, and he's going to be hit and taken down.
That's the end. About a 50-yard return there, Don.
Can't see exactly who that was because they were surrounding the interceptor, so I'm not sure exactly who got that interception. But it really doesn't matter at this point as the game comes to a final conclusion. A 27-7 victory by the Harford Tech Cobras. They go to 2-0. Aberdeen is 0-2. Dante Evans with 2 touchdown runs. That Pearl interception for a touchdown. And then that beautiful pass play, probably the nicest play of the game, that went from Smith. And I'm going to make one more attempt at his saying his name correctly. Adoramalihan. There's a lot of syllables in that name.
I'm glad you have to say it, not me.
Well, I apologize if I have not said your name correctly. It wasn't done intentionally, but
you've had a great game.
Yes, had a great game. Well, Ray Roos, this has been a fun game to do with you. You had a lot to the telecast. Really appreciate you being here.
Thank you.
So our final score here from Aberdeen, actually from Harford Tech. confusing, I know. It's Harford Tech's home game, but the game played at Aberdeen. 27-7. It was tied 10-10. I'm sorry, it was tied 7-7 at the half, and then it was still 7-7 entering the fourth period, uh, and the Harford Tech Cobras scoring 3 times in that last period to make what was a close game look not so close at 27-7. Ray, any final thoughts about the game?
I thought that even though it was a close game for a while with some mistakes, and yes, you soon say the Harford Tech offense stepped up in the second half, but their defense really stepped up too. I mean, a couple turnovers, pickoffs, some outstanding returns on the interceptions. I think they have a championship level defense for sure, and if their offense continues to gel, I think they're going to be another team that goes into the state playoffs and goes deep. Aberdeen, the score doesn't reflect the game. So I think that they're going to be somebody that other people in the county are going to have to pay attention to.
Yeah, especially with their young quarterback getting more experience and, improving as he goes. With Harford Tech, as you said, last week they won on their defense, 35-0, and you think, well, gosh, their offense must have been. No, it was defense. Tonight, again, the difference was their defense was stout early.
Yes.
And then when they had to be tough, they were. When Aberdeen had chances to, to break it open or to, put scores on the board. And then again, as you said, lots of mistakes on both teams, lots of twists and turns where the game could have turned one way or the other. But in the end, I think the better team, certainly the more experienced team, the team with more, firepower in the Harford Tech Cobras ended up winning the ball game by, again, that final score of 27-7. So for my partner, Ray Ruse, I'm Don Morrison. Thanks so much for tuning in. Hope you've enjoyed it. We'll be back again with you with more exciting activities here on Harford TV. Good night, everyone.